Yeah, it's case number 145 on the calendar in the matter of Birchler versus Baker.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated.
Ms. Birchler, it is your claim that the defendant, who used to be your boyfriend, owes you money for a loan for bail and then a loan for some car repairs. Mr. Baker says there was never any agreement to pay you back, so there was no contract. Is that right, sir?
Yes, it is.
When were you arrested?
February 12th, 2009.
And what were you arrested for?
Driving on suspended. And I got picked up because she was on her way to work. And
just a second. You were arrested for driving with a suspended
But I had a warrant.
You had a warrant?
Yeah.
For what?
For driving on suspended. And we were on our way to...
We're going to do this my way, sir. I know that it might confuse you, but I like to do things in a linear fashion. You were arrested on February 12th, 2009. 9 or 2010?
Probably 10. 10.
And the warrant that you were arrested on was because you had been driving without a license.
That's correct.
And you were supposed to appear in court?
Yeah, and I missed my date.
Why did you miss your date?
I didn't know which day it was, and I didn't make it to it.
You don't know what year it is?
Yeah.
So it's not surprising to me you didn't know what day it was. How long were you in jail when they arrested you on February 12th?
4.5 days.
For not having a driver's license?
Well, I had other warrants, too.
Right. Mr. Baker, we got enough aggravation in this country. We don't feed people 3 squares a day because they were driving on a suspended license. What were your other warrants for, sir?
I had 2 driving on suspended, no insurance, and seatbelt, and then tail light, and that's it.
From how many different traffic stops?
3.
And you forgot all 3 dates, Mr. Baker, that you were supposed to be in court?
Yeah.
You must be a very, very busy man, running a very busy company.
Work a lot.
Doing what?
Well, now I'm going to do construction, but back then I was standing on the side of the road waving to people, Liberty Tax, and dancing.
You were standing on the side of the road waving at people for what?
For Liberty Tax. It's an income tax place. You get your taxes done there. That was just a part-time job.
And what were you doing with the rest of your time?
I was doing construction now, but back then that's all I was doing.
Who were you living with?
My parents.
So you weren't doing much of anything. So there was no reason why you didn't go to court for these tickets.
I just missed my dates. Stupid mistake.
And Miss Birch put up $500 towards your bail, right?
She felt sorry for me.
Well...
Because it was her fault I went to jail.
It was? Shh. Why don't you try to explain to me the best way you can why it's her fault that you went to jail?
I would have never went to jail if we would have never gotten that little argument, and she smacked me in my face. And then when she smacked me, I threw my hands up, and Mountain Dew went all over, and we were yelling at each other, and then I got out the car and tried to calm the situation down.
And tried to what?
Calm the situation down, make it better.
So you got out of the car after this argument.
Yeah.
And?
I started jogging to work because we were like a mile away from my work. She was supposed to drop me off.
So you were running away from the car?
Yeah, well, I was going to my job.
Shh. So you were running away from the car, and what happened?
Security guard saw the whole scene and picked me up.
Police picked you up?
Yeah.
So that's why it was her fault you got arrested and the warrants dropped on you?
I would have never got arrested if we would have never gotten that fight. She would just drop me off my work, the whole situation would be prevented.
So it's her fault?
Pretty much, yeah.
Whose fault is it that you skipped your court dates?
That's my fault, but...
Whose fault is it that you got the tickets?
My fault, but...
Whose fault is it that you didn't have a seatbelt on?
Mine.
Whose fault is it that you were driving twice with a suspended license?
That'd be mine, too.
Well, why does somebody else have to pay for what you did wrong?
Because I wouldn't have got picked up.
Where do you live?
Independence.
Independence,
Missouri.
Missouri? You think that the police in Independence are that stupid that they'd never pick you up on a warrant?
They'd have to find me first.
What's the motto of Missouri?
Live free or die? Show me.
Show me.
Show me state.
Show me state.
The show me state. I knew it was something that I would like. Okay, she put up the bail for you?
Yeah.
And how did she know where you were?
When I was in jail, I called my dad, and she was over at my house. He texted her to tell her that I wanted to talk to her, and she came over to my house.
She came over to your house, and when you called, what did you say to her?
I said hi, and she said hello. And then I asked her.
Shh, shh.
Then I asked her if she would help me out, and she was
Would
like,
help
blah,
you
blah.
out how?
Well, I was stuck in jail, and I needed $1,400, and she just got her income tax. So she was like, "Well, we got talking," and she said she was sorry for smacking me, which That's how I figure I got in there. That's the whole time I was thinking that.
Mr. Baker, you got put in jail because you were irresponsible and you had been breaking the law and you had been thumbing your nose at the court system by not showing up for your court dates. That's why you were in jail.
That's not true.
Oh, Mr. Baker, there's one thing to be stupid and there's another thing to appear to be stupid. Don't combine the two. You were in jail because you broke the law, and then you thumbed your nose at the court system by saying, I'm not going to court. And you didn't do that once, you did that 3 times. That's why you were in jail. You weren't in jail because she slapped you. You were in jail because you broke the law. Now do you understand?
No.
There's your combination.
Look, that's a pretty powerful combo.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Do I look like a smart lady to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? I look like a smart lady from you? Do you trust me?
Yes.
And later today,
If you're trying to be charming with me, trust me, it's not going to work. Better looking and richer people than you have tried to charm me without success.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Catherine Birchler says ex-boyfriend Ryan Baker owes for bail money and attorney fees after he was arrested on an outstanding warrant.
Okay. What do you do, Miss Birchler?
I work at a call center.
You work full-time?
Yes, ma'am.
For how long have you been working full-time?
Since February 15th,
And how old are you?
20.
Did you work prior to that?
Yes, I worked at Macy's.
Worked there for a while?
A couple months. It was a part-time contingent job.
You live at home?
I have my own house. Well, complex.
It's a duplex,
I do.
but
Yes, it's a duplex. I'm sorry.
You pay rent?
Yes.
You drive a car?
Yes.
You pay insurance?
It's already paid. Yes, ma'am.
You buy your own clothes?
Yes, ma'am.
You don't need him.
I understand that.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You're too young to be desperate. Do you know what I mean? Pretty young 20-year-old who works hard and supports herself.
And my son.
Not desperate. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Okay. Other than the $500 for bail, what does he owe you for, Miss Birchler?
About a week after I got my tax returns, he asked me if I would help him fix his car, and he said he needed to pay lawyers. I thought that's what I was understanding the money was for. So I told him he could borrow $300 as long as he promised to pay it back.
that's a lie. She didn't let me borrow it.
I don't want to hear you unless I'm looking at you and asking you a question.
This was on March 1st, and I said, as long as you pay me back $700 by...
Where was he supposed to get $700 from?
He was working, and he told me he'd give me his whole entire checks, that he wouldn't keep any of the money. So I was under the impression he might actually pay me back. So I gave him the $300 to help fix his car.
How much did he pay you back?
All in all, he paid about $100 back.
What do you mean about $100? What does
Well,
that
I mean, he would help me around my
I
house.
didn't pay her nothing.
Okay.
Didn't pay her anything?
No. And I didn't have a job when she gave me that $300. I was in jail and I lost my job.
So what did you need $300 more for from
To
Miss
get my fuel
Birchler?
pump and a key ignition made, because my ex-girlfriend, because I got a new girl after I got out of jail, and she was texting her about getting my car fixed. She lost my key.
I don't care. There must be lots of desperation there in Missouri. Stay away from him.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Stay away from him. Don't make any children with him. Don't get involved with him. Do I look like a smart lady to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? I look like a smart lady from you? Do you trust me?
Yes.
You escaped. Judging for the plaintiff in the amount of $800. That's all. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Well, I'm quite pleased.
I didn't like it at all.
He had his new girlfriend, text me and let me know that he would not be paying back the money and that I needed to get over myself.
She was texting her, and then after I got the car fixed, she called my phone, and then my girlfriend picked it up and was talking to her.
She called me after that and told me I was a few choice words and that he would not be paying me back.
She didn't ask for any of the money until after I got a new girl.
Not date guys like him.
Don't talk to crazy girls like that.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Van Buskirk versus Shook. Step forward.
Wendy Van Buskirk is suing her former friend, 23-year-old Jonathan Shook, for unpaid rent, bail money, and a loan to buy an engagement ring.
Miss Van Buskirk, the Defendant, according to you, was a young man that you took into your house. He was a friend of your son's. He had no place to go. You opened up your home. You took him in, and according to you, he owes you some money.
Yes, ma'am.
Claim he owes you some money for rent, which is not a major deal, but that you loaned him some money to buy an engagement ring.
Yes, ma'am.
And you want that money back.
Yes.
In addition, you bailed him out of jail in the amount of $200. What were you arrested for?
Having kitchen knives, basically. Deadly concealed weapon.
A concealed weapon.
A couple of them, yes.
Where do you live?
Waldorf, Maryland right now.
Where had you been living with the plaintiff?
It's Brandywine, Maryland.
In Maryland?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When did you move in with her?
I'd say right before the winter of 2008, I believe. I'm not exactly sure.
And where is her son now? You were a friend of her son's.
Right now, in jail in not Ocean City, but Atlantic City.
How long has he been in jail?
About a month.
What is your son in jail for?
Assaulting a police officer.
A couple other things.
A couple other things. I'm not exactly sure, but it's...
Well, he didn't start out just walking up to a police officer and assaulting him. It had to be...
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
And I assume he's incarcerated pre-trial.
Yes.
Does he have bail?
Yes.
How much is his bail?
$1,000.
Did he ask you to bail him out?
Yes, he did.
And why didn't you?
Well, it started off at $7,800. It's been reduced to $1,000, and unfortunately, I didn't have the money at first, and I plan on getting him out this Friday.
What was your rental arrangement with the plaintiff?
Well, when I moved in at first, nothing. I didn't have a job. I had
old are
nothing,
you?
but it,
How old are you?
I'm 23 right now.
How do you make a living? How do you support yourself?
I detail cars right now, and I actually just got a job doing telecommunications.
And what kind of work was her son doing?
At the time, when I moved in, nothing at all.
What did you borrow money from her for?
I didn't.
Did you buy your girlfriend a ring?
Yes, I did.
Where'd you get the money from?
I paid part of it, and she said she was going to give me the rest as a gift to help me out.
How much did she pay?
I'm not exactly sure the exact numbers, but I
What
paid
was
for
the
about
number?
half.
The ring was $629.99, and the warranty for the ring was $74.99.
What kind of warranty do you get on a ring?
The warranty is for, you have to take in every 6 months for cleaning, replacing the diamond if it gets lost.
That's some... I won't say that. I'll hear from all the jewelers if I say that that warranty is a ripoff.
Oh, it is.
So I don't want to hear from any jewelers out there. Don't write to me. Don't say bad things. I don't understand a $75 warranty on a ring.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What were you doing obstructing traffic?
Trying to get my dog out the road at first, and then I dropped knives in the road, so I was going back to pick up knives, and then when the cops pulled up, I threw them on the road, and they still arrested me for them.
I'm staying in Greenwich.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Wendy Van Buskirk says former friend Jonathan Shook owes for rent, bail money, and a loan for an engagement ring.
Okay. Did he put anything towards the ring?
3 payments of $45, Your Honor.
That's not true. I gave her like $300 up front.
No, he did
And then
not.
I made the payments of $45, and then she said
No,
the
he
rest
did
was
not.
a gift.
If you don't have money, you don't buy a ring.
Well, I understand that.
Well, you shouldn't have bought it.
I had the money that she wanted.
You didn't have the money.
And then she said the rest was a gift.
You didn't have the money.
Not all me.
If you have $300 and you want to buy a ring, find a ring for $300.
That's why I'd
If you had
asked her.
$400,
Find a ring for $400. I understand
I don't think
that.
you're cute, as a matter of fact.
I understand.
Just want you to understand that. If you're trying to be charming with me, but trust me, it's not going to work.
No.
Better looking and richer people than you have tried
I
to
believe
charm
it.
me.
I believe it. I believe it.
Without success.
Oh, I believe it.
That didn't require a response.
Okay.
Try taking the hair out of your eyes. You'll see the world better.
All right.
Ma'am?
Don't speak.
Sorry.
Now, when you were arrested, you had a phone call to make.
Yeah.
Who'd you call?
Called a couple people just to let them know I was locked up, and then next thing I know, I was out of jail.
You never called the plaintiff.
Never talked to her.
How did you find out he was in jail?
Through my daughter-in-law, Nicole?
Through your daughter-in-law?
Yes.
This child is married to your son who's incarcerated?
No.
To another son?
Yes.
Okay. How did you find out he was in jail?
I was with him when he got arrested.
What were you all doing?
We were walking down the side of the road trying to keep him from going inside the road.
Explain that to me. Look at me when you explain it to me.
He was just upset, and
He was upset about what?
I don't exactly remember about what. Something that was stressing him out, and he was just walking in and out of one of the main roads, so we were just walking next to him, making sure he
Who's
didn't
we?
get hurt. Me, Johnny, and a friend of his that was with us.
So he was trying to walk in traffic?
He was just walking in the road. We were walking on the side of the road. He just happened to walk in the road. We were just walking with him down the side of the road. And the cops ended up coming up saying that he was impeding traffic and he had a whole bunch of knives on him.
Was he high on drugs?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Well, probably was high on drugs or something if he was impeding traffic. And then they searched him and found these concealed weapons?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, terrific. Now, what did he say when he called you? I assume he called you from jail?
Well, he called Wendy from jail.
Called her?
Yes.
Good. Sit down. She says he called you from jail.
He begged me to get him out of jail. I have a receipt for bail and the bail.
How long were you in jail, Mr. Shoup?
Like 8, 9 hours. Not even that long. They, PG County out in Maryland, they let you out the next morning, or I'd have been let out that night when they paid my bail, but I never...
You used drugs, Mr. Shoup?
Used to.
What was your drug of choice, sir?
Marijuana.
What else?
That's it.
Were you high on the day you were arrested?
Nah, I've been clean for like 3 years, 4 years now, actually.
Then what were you doing obstructing traffic?
Trying to get my dog out the road at first, and then I dropped knives in the road. They were in a box, and I dropped the box to go chase after the dog in the road. There you go. Once I got the dog back, I went to go get the knives out the road, and that's when the state trooper pulled up. And I was walking down the road, and he didn't lock me up that day, he locked me up the next day. It was a confusing situation, and then they dropped the charges after it all was done and over with, so it just didn't make no sense.
I'm staying in Greenwich.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Have you been cheated? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Okay. Did you call her and ask her to bail you out of jail?
No, ma'am. I don't even know the house number to call her.
You used to live there. How long did you live there?
About 1.5 years, but I never used the house phone. I have a cell phone.
You have 10 seconds to tell me about rent, because I'm not actually interested. Go!
He paid $100 a month prior to moving out. He didn't pay for 3 months.
When did you move out of the house?
I'd say around October of last year. I just couldn't stay there no more. And she had said something about, you know, getting the couches and everything out of there, which I didn't understand. It was not my problem. You know, it's her son's bedroom, and we both brought the couches in, and why do I have to take the couches out of the room? If they were his couches, he's the one that got bought.
Just give her the money for the ring and your bail. $495 for the ring and $200 for your bail. Perfect. Take your hair away from your eyes. Go to the barber. That's all. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Yes, case number 94 on the calendar in the matter of Martella versus Tafoya.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
Miss Martella, who is this young man?
This is my son, Vance.
How old is he?
18.
Was he present during any of these incidents?
Yes, he was.
How many children do you have?
3.
How old are they?
My daughter, Sarah, is 20. He's 18, and my youngest is 10 months.
10 months?
Yes.
And how many children do you have?
Ma'am, only one.
The child that you have
Yes,
with the
ma'am.
plaintiff?
Yes, ma'am.
How long did you and the plaintiff have a relationship, sir?
Ma'am, about 2 months.
Is that right, Miss Martella?
No.
How long was your relationship?
About 2 years.
Was it an exclusive relationship for you?
Yes.
And what about for you?
No,
How old are you?
31.
And how old are you, Miss Martella?
43.
This is your claim. You have a 10-month-old child who I understand that you participate with and see. You claim that during a period where he was watching the child, you came home, you smelled marijuana in the house, you had an argument with him, and he assaulted you. Subsequently, when your child was hospitalized briefly because she has certain physical disabilities, there was another confrontation at the parking lot of the hospital, and the defendant says that you actually were the violent one, that you damaged his property. So let me understand something, Miss Martella. Why would you have another child with a young man who is 12, 13 years your junior?
It just happened. I never did a younger man before. He was pursuing me, and we started out as friends. He was supposed to come over and show me how to do something on my computer with eBay, and one thing led to another, and it just happened.
So for the time you knew each other, how much of that time were you just friends?
I'd given him my number a couple months prior to that, and he used to text me. And then after a couple of months, I answered his text, and then I was at a picnic, and he was there. And
So how long did you actually date?
About a year, year and a half.
Well, now we're talking about from 2 years, it's down to a year. He says it was a couple of months. All right, tell me about this first incident. When was it?
It was on February 2nd. I had come home from work, and when I came in the house, it smelled like marijuana. And I did get upset. We got in an argument. My son was in the living room. I saw that he was getting a little more upset, so I went into my room, and he came to my door and asked me to open the door, and I told him no. And I said, you need to leave. Just go be with Sarah, because I knew he was seeing this girl, Sarah. And I said, just go with Sarah. Leave me alone. I said, I'm upset. So then he goes, I'm going to kick your door in. And then that's when I heard my son come up behind him, and he said, you kick that door, I'm going to kick you. And I heard him say, okay. And I thought he had left, so I was listening at the door, and I didn't hear him, so I opened the door, and then he had come back in, and
he came in where?
Back into the house. And then we continued to fight. He pushed me on the bed, and then he hit me in the ribs, and he saw my phone, and he thought I had some spy thing, my phone, spying on his phone calls, because I knew about the girl Sarah, and he picked up my phone and he broke it.
And where was your son all this time?
He was in the living room at first, but then I heard him behind him saying, you kick the door, I'm going to kick you.
Well, I heard that already. My question was, where was he when all this was going on?
He was in the
oh, yeah? Stand. Your name?
Vance Leia.
Vance. Go. February 2nd.
I was there, and Donnie had went over to my mom's bedroom. They were having a fight, and he kicked
Just a
the
minute.
door.
Before they had a fight, who was taking care of the baby?
My mother was.
No, she wasn't home. She was working.
Oh, sorry. Donnie was.
Yes, ma'am.
Donnie was. And what were you doing?
I was just on the couch reading my book.
And he had been taking care of the baby for how long?
Since my mom left for work in the morning.
Did he take good care of the baby?
No.
Did you call your mother and tell her that he wasn't taking good care of the baby?
I had texted her.
And what did you say? You texted her.
I said, this idiot's not watching the baby at all.
That's what you said. This idiot's not watching the baby at all.
Yes.
Did she answer your text, Vance?
No, she didn't answer my text, but
Didn't
then she
answer your
came
text.
home.
She didn't say to you, like a normal mother, if he's not taking care of the baby, then you should take care of your sister?
Well, I checked in on her every once in a while.
What do you mean you checked in on her every once in a while?
I just walked in there like every hour or so.
And what was he doing?
He was on the computer that was in the room.
The computer in what room?
In my mother's room.
Now, your mother says she came home and she smelled marijuana. You didn't mention anything to me about somebody smoking marijuana.
Well, later on in the day, I smelled marijuana, but we also have
No,
skunks.
you didn't mention that to me at all, Vance. And you said that you texted your mother later on in the day when you said, this idiot's not watching the baby. The first thing I would have texted is, this idiot is smoking dope in the house and is not watching the baby. But you didn't say that, Vance.
Well, because we have skunks in the area, and it smells just like skunk weed, which he buys and smokes in the house. So I didn't know if it was skunk weed or a skunk.
I'm not buying this story. Do you understand? I'm not buying that part of your story.
Your Honor, I know the marijuana had to have been smoked within 15 minutes because it smelled when I hit the door.
Maybe he smoked it.
No, my son doesn't smoke marijuana. Anyway, I wouldn't have gotten that upset. I would have started an argument with him. I smelled marijuana, and that was what our fight was about. I told him, you need to leave. My daughter had a heart condition. Why would he be smoking marijuana in my house with my daughter having a heart condition?
Just a second. He didn't see him smoking marijuana. He didn't text you about marijuana. Listen to me very carefully. He didn't. Now you can sit.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I texted him, you're heartless and cruel. I didn't write nothing on no mirror. I'm not no crazy woman like he's explaining. I did snap the one time when I smelled the marijuana. I did snap.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Kathy Martella says ex-boyfriend Donald Tafoya owes for destroying her belongings and 2 assaults. Donald is countersuing for damage to his truck.
Okay, so he came back into the house and did what?
He came back in and started yelling at me, calling me names again. I told him to leave. I was trying to shut the door, but he kept pushing in. We just kept fighting. I mean, that's just basically what it's been ever since he started using again. And he came in, we started fighting. He pushed me on the bed, and I told him to go with Sarah's. I knew he was seeing this girl named Sarah because of the computer.
When did you find out that he was seeing Sarah? There's a question on the floor.
Around January 1st or 2nd.
And how did you find out he was seeing a girl named Sarah?
Because he left his MySpace up on my computer one day on his message thing, and it was messages to different girls. Sarah was one of them.
And
I confronted him about it.
Well, you weren't seeing each other anymore in January.
Your Honor, we had an agreement at the beginning when they told me my daughter was going to be born with a heart defect. They told me that it wasn't going to be a one-man job. And we had a talk, and we decided we were going to put our lives aside, and we were going to take care of our daughter. So we agreed to have her, and we had her. And from that point on, it's just been one incident after another after another. And I told him I couldn't have him at my house this way because I was too emotionally involved. And I couldn't have that going on in my house.
It wasn't going on in your house. He wasn't bringing women to your house, was he?
I told him I didn't want to put up with with the lies and all that stuff. Just leave it alone. He kept telling me, no, my daughter means more to me. It's just, I believed him. It was my fault. I believed him.
You weren't together.
We were together. He's the one who's saying we weren't together. We were together when it was convenient for him.
He's 30 years old. You're 43. You have 2 grown children. He has nobody. He may be a fool. He may be an idiot. He may be a drug addict. You are a grown woman with grown children who should know better. You know, and then you want him to put life on hold to take care of a sick baby.
Well, our personal lives, not our...
I'm talking about your personal lives.
We wanted to go, we're both in college. We both wanted to get through the semester, get through the surgery until she recovered, and then help take care of her, because she couldn't leave the house, Your Honor. There had to be 24-hour care there.
What else?
The incident on March 10th is when my daughter had surgery, and I hadn't seen him the whole month before. And he showed up at the hospital under the influence.
Who told you that she was having surgery?
I knew about the date beforehand of the surgery was going to be. She tried to withhold it from me, actually, because she didn't want me to be there. I love my daughter, and it's really hard.
Just a second. So you showed up at the hospital. What time did you get there?
Early in the morning. I was going to actually go on the drive truck over there. I have a big truck. But she offered to actually pick me up and take me over there. And she picked me up at my grandma's early in the morning, so I don't know how she's saying that I was under the influence of the hospital.
Just a second. She picked you up at your grandmother's?
Yes.
So you went to the hospital together?
Yes, we did.
So, Miss Martella, when you went to the hospital on March 10th, how did you get there?
I drove.
Who was in the car with you?
Myself and him.
This is your sworn complaint. Our daughter had heart surgery on March 10th, and Donald was nowhere to be found. He eventually showed up at the hospital, but he was drunk.
He showed up.
No. You picked him up. You didn't say that. You picked him up in the morning.
We were at his grandmother's house.
I'm talking to you about what you wrote in your complaint. What you wrote in your complaint was he showed up at the hospital later, drunk. That's not true. You picked him up with your daughter and went to the hospital together.
He had left the hospital. He left the hospital on the Metrolink, came back under the influence. He had been using the whole time. I told him he could not be at the hospital loaded, and he had to go back to his grandmother's and get clean before he was going to be there. He went to his grandmother's supposedly, but he wasn't. He was out all night getting loaded.
On what date did you have this conversation?
Like 4 or 5 days.
Hey!
Like 4 or 5 days before the surgery. His grandmother called me and asked me to bring the daughter.
Listen to me. Your story, when I read your complaint, didn't make sense to me.
I apologize, Your Honor.
Well, it didn't make sense to me. You tell me one lie, and I don't believe the rest.
I didn't tell you a lie.
You did.
He left the hospital.
Listen to me. You didn't say he came with you, and then he left, and he came back drunk. What you said was he eventually showed up, but he showed up drunk. He was nowhere to be found. Finish your story.
Okay, so we went to the hospital, and it was time for her to get released. It was March 17th, actually, because she was in there for a week. They told me what I needed to do, that she was ready to be discharged. I had to go get her prescriptions, and I had to go get the stroller. I asked him to go get the prescription while I went to get the stroller, and he said, "Go do it yourself." So I was walking down to my car to get the stroller. He's walking down behind me, calling me names. We're arguing like his MO because he wants to go take off. He didn't want to go back and take care of her. So I said, "Just please leave me alone. Let me just get her stuff." So I started getting her stuff. He starts pulling stuff out of the back seat, acting crazy because he was loaded. And then he started throwing my stuff across the parking lot. He kicked my purse. I went to go get my purse. He grabbed me by my ponytail and pulled me down to the ground. And that's when I started calling for security.
That's not what you say in your complaint. What you say in your complaint was this whole incident happened on March 10th, not March 17th. You say that this happened when he came to the hospital on the date of your daughter's surgery and he was drunk. Now you tell me it had nothing to do with March 10th.
Well,
that was March 7th. No, that was March 17th, a different date. Go ahead, sir. Let me hear February 2nd.
To tell you the truth, ma'am, Vance wasn't even there. And if what he's saying is true...
What kind of drug problem do you have?
You know, I haven't done drugs for over 2 years.
What kind?
That's a lie.
If you open your mouth again, I'm just going to dismiss your case.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I suggest that if you are not currently under some sort of psychiatric care, you get yourself there. You need it.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Kathy Martella claims ex-boyfriend Donald Tafoya purposely damaged her property and assaulted her on 2 separate occasions.
What kind of drugs had you used?
I had a marijuana problem, and I had a serious drinking problem, and I went to Alcoholics Anonymous, and I got help, and Narcotics Anonymous, and that's where I met Kathy, because Kathy is also a recovering addict. You know, I mean, she had more time, and, you know, I really actually admired her when I met her. I thought she was a really strong woman in recovery. I didn't see her anger and jealous side. And as time went on, actually, you know, I ended up staying over there.
February 2nd.
Okay, February 2nd, man. I was there. I woke up with the baby in the morning. Kathy always seemed to make it as a package deal. Like, if you're going to mess with any girls at all, you can't see your daughter at all. And I would kind of, you know, I would manipulate it a bit, I'll be honest with you, because I wanted to see better on my daughter. And it was like, if not exclusive to Kathy and I'm messing with anybody else, I can't see my daughter, and she goes into a rage. Anyways, I actually texted her because she has a cousin who's an active addict right now, and she lives at the house, right? And I actually...
She lives at whose house?
At the same house. It's actually her brother's house.
Does she live at the house with the plaintiff?
Yes. And she actually, you know, I smell marijuana. I texted her about that. And she...
What did you say in the text?
I said, I smell marijuana, and it kind of concerned me because my daughter was there, and I was really, really upset about the marijuana thing.
Lying, Your Honor. My cousin doesn't even smoke cigarettes. She doesn't smoke marijuana. He was smoking the marijuana. My son does not smoke marijuana.
Listen, you don't know any of that. You weren't home.
He's the one that smelled like marijuana. My son didn't smell like marijuana.
I don't believe you, Miss Martella.
And he never texts me. My son texts me, Mom, you need to come home. My son did not text me.
Miss Martella, I don't believe you.
He was getting high the whole time. I didn't know this at the time, Your Honor. I did not know. He was the one.
You want to tell me about your counterclaim?
Yes, ma'am. On that same day, actually...
Which day?
On the 2nd. Actually, what happened was she ran outside. She's always one of the people like, get out of here, leave. And then when I'm trying to leave, she'll run out and chase the car and say, why are you leaving? You don't want to take care of your daughter. But she'll tell me to leave. This is a situation that has been going on the whole time.
Just tell me what happened on the 2nd.
Okay, she actually ran out. I have the evidence right here. Is that she ran out and pulled the spark plug wires from under my truck. I have a lifted truck, right? It's very high, right? And if you reach under the wheel well, you could like pull the wires out. And she didn't want me to leave, and I seen her coming from underneath the truck, and she pulled the 3 wires out on this side.
You didn't see her pull the wires out?
I seen her under my truck. So on the very next day, which is on there 2-3, I took this to La Puente Auto Care, and they did a diagnostic, and it says right here, customer advised spark plug wires 1, 3, and 7 were hanging off, were not attached to the spark plugs. And muffler was also damaged by vehicle backfiring, and it was $500.02. You can see this picture right here. My house where I live, it was real easy to walk inside my house. It was Glendora, California. It's a real safe community by Sierra Madre. The doors are open. That's the way we do it, you know, over there. It's a pretty trustworthy area. And she went in my room, and I found this on my mirror when I was out with Sarah. She wrote, "You're cruel and heartless. I hate you."
Can I see it, please?
And
Just a minute. That's not true. That is not true. I met him at his house. He had rolled off a cliff with this girl, Sarah. Told me he was with one of his hiking buddies. And he was at the hospital. He said, come to my house. And he was crying. And so I went to his house, and I'm outside. I text him, and he's, oh, I'm at the hospital. And I said, well, we're here. We're outside. I thought you said you were done. My daughter started crying. I said, you know what, your daughter's crying. I'm going to go in the house, and I'm going to change her. So I took her in the room. I changed her diaper. I texted him, you're heartless and cruel, and I left. I didn't write nothing on no mirror. I'm not no crazy woman like he's explaining. I did snap the one time when I smelled the marijuana. I did snap because my daughter was having heart surgery. I just couldn't imagine anybody doing that. He was the one that smelled like marijuana. When he was pulling me, when he punched me, I smelled marijuana on him, not on anybody else. And
it's over. Listen to me. It's over. You had a child that you shouldn't have had. And it's going to be actually your responsibility and your burden if she has problems.
I know from now on it will be.
Have you ever had a paternity test?
No.
Is not an answer.
No, ma'am.
I suggest you do that.
She was a pretty virtuous woman in my eyes, to tell you the truth. I never even questioned it because I don't think she sleeps around.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. I should never thought about it that way.
I don't know.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Are you the victim of an assault? Go to JudgeJudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
How often do you see your daughter?
You know, it's like if I'm not getting along with her, I can't see her. So I have to really kiss. I have to kiss her kind of like excuse my language. I have to kiss up to her really, really bad, or she won't let me see her at all. And then she said,
That is not true,
and
Your
she says
Honor.
I'm not taking care of my responsibility
You're such a liar.
because I'm not there. But she said that if I'm not like really like all like on her, she won't let me see my daughter.
Your Honor, I don't want anything to do with this man. We broke up in December. I found out on January 1st I was pregnant. I was common decency to tell him. I never call him. I don't go to his house. He shows up at my house. He shows up at my work and calls me crying, telling me he's gonna commit suicide. He doesn't come visit her. He doesn't want to visit her. And when he's there, he just looks at her sitting in the chair. He tells my daughter to shut up.
Never,
And I'm gonna
never,
get eaten.
never happened.
No, you're lying.
Never happened.
He tells my daughter to shut up because he's an idiot.
What kind of drugs had you used, Miss Martella?
Meth, the same he used.
When was the last time both of you were drug tested?
I actually, because of the course going on, I go to a sober living house that I used to live at, and I pay them $6 a test, and I have them test me.
Blood or urine?
Urine.
When was the last time either of you had blood tests?
Never.
Just when the baby was born. Oh, I had like 3 or 4 done. That's how they found out that she was going to have Down syndrome, was through my blood test.
Amnio, same thing.
No, it wasn't the amnio.
No.
It was not the amnio. He doesn't even know.
Miss Martella, I suggest that if you are not currently under some sort of psychiatric care, you get yourself there.
Agreed.
You get yourself there.
Okay.
You need it. You chose a young
Your
guy.
Honor, he makes it
Listen
sound
to
like
me.
that. I haven't talked
You
to this man.
chose a young guy
I made a
to
mistake.
be involved with, and you didn't take sufficient care so that you wouldn't have a problem. If he is, as you say, totally irresponsible with regard to his...
Your Honor, I have tried
his
to make
act-
police
hey,
reports.
How do you try to make a police report?
Hey,
Because you pull your fire
your
car.
your case is dismissed. So's your counterclaim.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Back with you.
And on the next Judge...
Yes, this is case number 170 on the calendar in the matter of Maroney versus Augusti Castro.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Miss Maroney, it is your claim that you made a loan to the defendant some time ago. It was a substantial loan that you paid back some, but then stopped repaying the loan. You want the balance, which is somewhat more than this court's maximum of $5,000, but you're prepared to settle for that. Ms. Castro says that while she acknowledges this alleged loan, she says that you forgave the balance of the loan. Now, who is this?
My husband.
Could you
And
stand
he's a
up?
witness.
Stand up. How long have you and the defendant been married, Mr. Castro?
18 years.
I'm not speaking to you. How long?
18 years.
What kind of work do you do, Mr. Castro?
Now I disabled.
What's the nature of your disability?
Back problem
How long have you had back problems?
since 1990.
How long have you been on disability?
Since 1991.
So you have chronic back problems for which you receive disability. How much do you receive?
Around 1,300.
A month.
Yes.
What kind of work does your wife do?
Real estate and doing readings.
And what?
Doing readings.
Real estate and what, Miss Castro?
I own a consignment store.
Consignment.
Consignment
What
store.
kind?
Antiques and...
Shh. Furniture, clothes, what kind of consignment?
Furnitures and paintings and lamps.
Oh, I'm going to love this case, Bert, and you're going to love it.
Okay.
And we're going to get back to this in a minute. Now, Miss Maroney, when did you make this initial loan?
April 24th, 2009, Your Honor.
Tell me about it.
I was in her real estate office, and we had been friends for about 8 years. And she asked me, can I borrow some money from you?
For what?
She didn't specify. But because she's a friend and was a friend and I trusted her, I agreed to lend her the money.
What kind of work do you do? Don't look over there. Look over here.
At that time, I was working at my Elena's store.
Whose store?
My witness, Elena Yorman.
What kind of store does she have?
It's a mystical store, bookstore.
Okay. Now, show me from where you took $10,000. Show me from where you took.
It was from my bank account.
Show me.
Okay.
I want to see it.
I have a copy of the check that I wrote to her with her endorsed signature, and I have a copy of one of the payments that she made to me.
I'm not interested in payment. I'm interested in your bank balance.
Okay. I also have the canceled checks and 2 police reports also.
You want these police reports?
Sure.
Cool.
I don't know what she's talking about in regard to a police report. Now, according to you, you paid her back some money, right?
I was making payments monthly.
From where?
from my money.
Check or cash?
I gave her checks.
Do you have those checks?
No, I didn't bring them.
Where did you think you were coming today? To the beach?
Well, I
what?
should have thought about it.
Now, I read your answer. Really interesting.
Yeah.
Miss Castro Bird says that when her husband with a disability went to deliver furniture from her store to Miss Maroney, they messed around a little bit. And because of that, she stopped paying the loan. Do you understand, Mr. Castro?
No.
What I'm suggesting to you, sir, is let's go back a little bit.
Okay.
You say that something happened when you were delivering furniture to Miss Maroney, right?
Yes. Happens all the time when I deliver the furniture.
When you delivered furniture?
Most of the time. She
when
says
you
something
delivered
all the
furniture. I want to know, how heavy was the furniture you were delivering, sir? And how did you manage that with your bad back?
And managed by myself.
You managed by yourself. Sit down,
No, I
Mr.
say
Castro.
don't.
This is
I
like
say
shooting
don't.
fish in a barrel. Sit.
Thank you.
It's a nice business you have going there, Miss Castro. You have a consignment shop, and you have your husband who gets $1,300 a month because he's disabled delivering your furniture. That's great.
Well, he wasn't
I want you to tell you something.
furniture.
I feel terrific about that.
He wasn't delivering furniture.
Hey, yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, he
Yes, he was. Just a second. Miss Castro, do you believe that your husband had an inappropriate sexual relations with the plaintiff?
My husband.
The answer is either yes or no. Do you believe that your husband had an inappropriate sexual relation with the plaintiff? Yes or no?
Inappropriate in what way?
Inappropriate in any way. If he's married to
Yeah,
you.
he did
if
have
he's
sex with her.
He did have sex with her.
Yeah, he did.
So why did you stop paying her the loan?
Because after I found out that he had done that, because he went ahead and confessed to me, even though the plaintiff was trying to say that.
Listen to me very carefully. The plaintiff isn't married to you.
I know.
Listen to me. Plaintiff isn't married to you. If he hadn't, she says it was sort of non-consensual.
That's a lie. She got undressed.
I don't want you to
And
speak.
touch his
I
parts.
don't want you to speak when I'm speaking.
Okay.
Do you understand?
I hear you.
Want you to put your listening ears on. God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason.
I know.
So listen.
I'm listening.
She's not married to you.
That's right. And I wouldn't want to.
You're not paying attention. You're speaking and not paying attention. She's not married to you for 18 years. He's married to you for 18 years.
Yeah.
And if you acknowledge that she gave you money, the fact that he, your husband of 18 years, who collects disability and delivers furniture, had sex with your friend, does not give you,
She cannot be my friend.
Just listen to me. Pay attention, Miss Castro. Does not give you license not to repay her the money.
But she told me not to pay her.
Just a second. Do you understand me? Women don't seem to get it.
I get it.
No, you don't get it. I am assuming, for the purpose of this case, that there was a consensual relationship. I want you to be quiet and put on your 2 listening ears.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She's a pig and an animal.
I want to tell you something. No. He is, and he's also a scammer, and so are you.
And later today,
we went into her room and we let her know that she shouldn't be afraid of the future. It held bright and beautiful things, and that we were going to purchase a car for her.
Who told her that?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Cynthia Maroney claims former friend Aida Augusti Castro borrowed money from her and refuses to pay it back.
Madam, I am assuming that it was a consensual relationship. You're speaking. You're not listening. It doesn't give you license not to pay her. What you could do is you could throw him out on the street.
I thought about it.
No, not thought. Listen to me.
He was very close.
Listen to me. Not think about it, Miss Castro. He was the one who took a vow to you, not her.
I know.
Him. This one.
She's an
you see the
immoral
problem. You
person.
see the problem with you, Miss Castro, is you're not paying attention.
Yeah, I pay attention to you.
Good. When you start to lie like he did in 1990 and started to lie about his disability and who knows what else, lying becomes a habit.
No, he doesn't have a
lying. Do you understand, Mr. Castro?
Never lie.
Becomes a habit. You were delivering furniture to her house when this happened.
Furniture, no. At that moment, no. I not deliver
At that
furniture.
moment, what are lamps?
That's not furniture, it's lamps.
Were you delivering lamps?
Sure.
Yep. Were you delivering lamps?
Not at the moment, no. I fixing lamps.
Were you fixing lamps that you had delivered?
Yes.
Eventually, we get it. You owe her $5,000. Do me a favor, I'm finished with them.
She's a pig and an animal.
I want to tell you something.
And
No. He is, and he's also a scammer, and so are you, because
No,
you
I'm
live
not.
on that $1,300 a month, too.
No,
Goodbye.
He doesn't do that.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She lied. She went around saying that he was the one that raped her.
It was not consensual.
That other woman is a pig and an immoral person.
It was a very complicated issue and difficult to prove.
There is no friendship with a woman. There must not be any friendship.
And I'm sorry that I had to lose a friend this way.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Spilkerman versus Melendrez. Step forward, please.
Andy Spilkman is suing his girlfriend's ex-boyfriend, Rudy Melendrez, for his share of the vintage Mercedes purchased for his daughter.
Mr. Spilkerman, you have a girlfriend. Is that you?
Yes.
She has a daughter.
Yes.
And you and your girlfriend have lived together for about, according to you, 10 years?
Yes, ma'am.
And her daughter was graduating from high school.
Yes.
This is her daughter's father.
Yes.
According to you, you made an agreement with Mr. Melendrez that he would pay half for a car for his daughter. You would pay the other half as a high school graduation gift.
Yes.
That's what you're suing for.
Yes.
He denies there was that agreement. So I have a few questions. What's the child's name?
The child is Monique.
Tell me when you spoke to him about purchasing a car for Monique.
I don't recall the exact date, Your Honor. It was sometime in June.
Where were you? If you don't recall the exact date, what location were you at?
I had asked Desiree to call Rudy to our home. Our daughter Monique was having a bit of uncertainty.
No. Her daughter.
Her daughter Monique was a little bit...
His daughter.
His daughter. Their daughter was uncertain about her future. We called him over. He and I had a conversation outside of the home about what we were going to say to her.
You stepped outside.
Yes.
What kind of problem did she have as a high school graduate about her future?
She was scared about the future.
Well, what plans had she made after high school?
It was hitting her a little hard. She hadn't really made any plans yet. We knew she was going to go to college.
Well, she can't go to college in June of '09 if she's graduating in June of '09.
Exactly.
And she hadn't applied to college.
She had to do a lot to get through high school, and she pulled it off.
Okay, fine. So you had a conversation with him outside, and is that when the discussion of the car came up?
Yes.
Tell me what you said to him and what he said to you.
I just recall that we discussed getting her a car, and then we went into her room, and all three of us talked with her, and we let her know that she shouldn't be afraid of the future. It held bright and beautiful things, and that we were going to purchase a car for her father and I.
Who told her that?
We both did.
Tell me how that came about. You walked into her room.
We walked into her room. She was in her bed. She was feeling a bit down. That's why we had called him over.
I understand that. I want to know how those words came out of both your mouths at the same time, that we're going to purchase you a car.
I just recall telling her that you're going to graduate, you're going to turn 18, you're going to go to college, we're going to purchase a car for you, and life is going to be good.
And that's what you told her?
Yes.
Fine.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Your problem is you cut him out of the present process. And if you don't see that, I'm prepared to tell you that you did.
I don't
say,
I did. Okay.
Pay attention.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Andy Spilkman says his girlfriend's ex, Rudy Melendrez, owes for half the cost of a vintage Mercedes purchased for his daughter. Rudy says Andy didn't consult him, so he's not paying.
And then what happened?
And then a car was purchased.
When?
In August.
August of '09?
Yes.
Tell me how that came about.
Monique decided she would like a vintage Mercedes-Benz. I located one. The three of us went to look at it.
Who's three?
Monique, Desiree, and I.
Go ahead.
She liked the car. We went back. Maybe it was a week later.
Who did?
Monique and Desiree and I.
Okay. Now, you went back a week later and?
We purchased the car.
Now, between the time you looked at it with Monique and the week that you went back to purchase it, did you have a conversation with Mr. Melendrez?
I did not.
Well, you I'm asking about it. You
No, I did not.
And you went back and you purchased it. The three of you purchased it.
Yes, ma'am.
And when did you have a conversation with Mr. Melendrez?
I don't recall. I have a text message that he sent to Desiree in August after we told him we'd purchased the car.
No, I don't want to hear we told him. When did you tell him that you had purchased the car?
I never personally told him. He and I never really communicated. All communication with him was through Desiree or Monique.
Well, that's impossible, sir, because if you wish to establish a verbal contract, since you don't have a contract with Mr. Melendrez in writing, then you had to have had a conversation with him.
Well, the one we had at the home in June in person and in her room with her.
So what you're telling me, sir, is that's the extent of your conversation with him in June of '09.
Yes.
So let us assume it was your understanding that Mr. Melendrez was going to pay for half of the car.
It was.
I'm not necessarily finding that that was a contract, but let us assume that was your understanding. Let me tell you what your problem is, Mr. Spiegelman. Your problem is you cut him out of the present process. And if you don't see that, I'm prepared to tell you that you did.
I don't
say,
believe I did. Okay.
Pay attention. You may not like my answer, but you cut him out of the present process. You spoke to his daughter about what kind of car she wanted. You found the car for her to look at. Instead of calling her father and saying, listen, we're going to buy this car together. Let's go take a look at it together as a family because you're going to pay for half. You totally excluded him. You went down, saw the car, and liked it. Well, then you had an opportunity to call him and say to him, you know, we saw a car that we liked. Let's go down and look at it together.
Your Honor,
yes.
Those communications, now I couldn't bring her with because she didn't want to be here.
Listen to me. Then it didn't happen.
Okay.
If I don't hear it, it didn't happen. You cut him out of the present process with his daughter, and you shouldn't have done that. You understand that? Or you don't?
I understand what you're saying, but there are a lot of other circumstances.
There may have been.
I have email communication with Mr. Melendrez.
Go ahead.
Where when I asked him when he was going to pay me for his half of the car, not to mention the text message proof I have where he states he'll make payments for the car.
Let me see.
Why would he do that?
Let me see.
If there was never an agreement, Your Honor.
I want just a second. Hold it. I still think
he paid for half of her driving school too.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so he knew a car was coming.
You took the present process away from him, Mr.
I don't believe I did, Your Honor.
Well, I don't care what you believe. That's why you're here.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Now, you're here for someone older and wiser who's been there, done that, and played that game to tell you that you took him out of the present process.
Did I take the financial responsibility away from him for the 10 years he didn't pay child support and I supported his daughter?
Listen to me. That's her problem.
Yes, it is.
That's not your problem. That's not your problem. All I'm listening to is the car. And I'm telling you that from the perspective of a parent, I'm telling you, it's not nice to say, give me half the money and I'm going to bring the package inside.
Your Honor, he's always involved in everything. He's been to every birthday party she has. He's always invited. He chooses not to attend. I would never leave her father out of anything.
Well, you did. You left him out of picking out the car.
You may think so, but I didn't.
Well, you did. You did. You said the three of us went to look at the car. Then we thought about it.
Well, he didn't want to go.
I know it was
okay,
never...
well, I don't know whether he didn't want to go or not, so you didn't invite him. Okay, here's the message. Issue it's the fact that the last time you guys discussed anything with me was June. Then you guys make whatever decisions, and then you just say pay. That's just a second. That's his email. That's exactly what I'm saying to you.
What about the one from August where he says he's excited about the car, he doesn't have the money on him, and he'll make payments? That was before that text you have there. And there's two texts there where he says he'll make payments. If he never agreed, Your Honor, why would he want to make payments?
Listen, I don't think you had a contract with him, Mr. Spiegelman, so I'm dismissing your case. You're not hearing what I'm saying. That's all.
Okay, thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Come on in, Judge. You may be seated.
Ms. Davis, according to what I read, you hired Mr. Peach to do some cement work at your house. And it is your claim that he was discharged by you for cause, and that when he left a whole pile of debris there, which caused you to fall, which caused you to injure yourself, and you want him to pay for all of your medical bills, your pain and suffering as a result of falling on your own property.
Yes.
Mr. Peach says that he was discharged for no reason. He's counterclaiming for breach of contract. So first I'd like to see the contract, and then I'd like to see a picture of your house.
Okay. Your Honor, I did not get a contract. I got an invoice. That's all I ever got. I never got the contract. I asked him for it repeatedly.
You have a copy of the contract, sir.
But I never got a contract.
Agreement. So
I will give you what he gave me. I'm sorry.
Pictures?
Sure. Pictures.
All right. What were you supposed to do, Mr. Peach?
It started out that I was supposed to put in a concrete sidewalk, and it evolved from putting in a patio to grading to moving debris from her backyard to build a gravel type of thing to keep the water from coming into her backyard.
Okay. When did you first go there and give her an estimate?
Well, the first time she called us to come at 10 o'clock to give her an estimate. I arrived
10 o'clock on what date, sir?
The 16th of July. Well, when I got there, she says, "You're a half hour early," and she scolded me for being a half hour early. I apologized that I was there early, and she showed me what was to be done.
Did you negotiate a price with her?
Yeah.
What was the price?
The initial price was $1,600 to put in the concrete.
So far, is that correct?
No, ma'am.
All right. What was the price that you...
$1,200 for 80 feet of sidewalk.
Now, Miss Davis, why didn't you get this quote from him, $1,200 for 80 feet of sidewalk, in a contract?
I repeatedly asked him for that. And I said, when you come back...
Not repeatedly. You didn't have to repeat
Well,
it.
that time, I asked him the first day.
Listen to me.
When I say repeat... Shh. Okay, I'm sorry.
He came on the 16th. He told you $1,200 for 80 feet. You said, when you come back with the materials, I accept your price. You bring me a contract. You bring me a proof of insurance. When did he come back?
He came back that afternoon.
Okay, what did he come back with?
He came back with a crew, one guy.
Well, a crew, that's a mini crew.
A mini crew.
That's a mini crew.
A mini crew. He
came back with a mini crew, one person, and he had materials.
No, he did not have materials.
What did he have?
He didn't have anything but himself and this one person, this one crew member.
So?
And Mr. Peach, where is the legal papers? And he said, I don't have them. I was at another site. I will get them for you this afternoon. And I said, I won't. He said, can we start the work? I will only allow you to start the work if I will get these papers. He said, I promise you. I want to start the work, and then this afternoon, when I leave my other site, I will bring those papers. So he left this one crew member there.
He left one person there.
He only had one, who started breaking up my 80 feet of sidewalk. Mr. Peach never returned that afternoon. The next morning, Mr. Peach came. He said, I need to have half down. At that time, it was $1,200. I said, fine, but that's only with the promise of this.
I gotcha.
Okay.
So you gave him $600.
I gave him $700, and I have proof of the canceled check.
Okay.
Because I added the patio to the job, which now was $150.
How big a patio?
It's, I think it's 12 by 14. I have the...
12 by 14 for $100?
$150. This is what he quoted. On that invoice, we added the patio for $150. So now the bill is $1,350. So I wrote a $700 half down, which is his requirement, check. And the work continued. And they finished it. They tore it all out and finished that part. All right, now that was on Thursday. On Friday morning, Mr. Peach came, and he had a flatbed on his truck. He loaded up his Bobcat. They were in the alley. I ran out, and I said, Mr. Peach, legal papers, contract, I want it now. I'll be right back. I had to drop this off to another site. Mr. Peach never came back. ever.
Okay, now I'm hearing you, sir.
The first day, she ordered the job done. I brought one crew, one member. He ripped out the sidewalk. He put it into a pile. We hauled it away that following morning. Okay, and then she said we could only work her hours. And that was at 10 o'clock. And I thought, well, okay, this is okay. I'll try. I understand she's a single woman, and she didn't want nobody on her property as long as she was there. Okay, then she wanted to add the patio, and I said that'd be another $1,150.
Who wrote this out?
I
He did.
I did.
It says patio, $150.
No, it should be $1,150.
Well, that's not what you wrote
I'm
here,
sorry.
sir.
I made a mistake.
Mr.
He's
Peach,
lying.
Mr. Peach, do you understand the problem? I
Yes.
mean, $150 is sort of ridiculous to
Yes,
do a whole
it is.
patio. That's why I looked at her and I said, is she crazy? $150 to do a patio is stupid. You know, that's
Should be
clearly a
$11.50.
mistake.
I
It
didn't
should be
think it was going to come to
$11.50.
court.
Well, listen to me, sir. This is your contract. You
Yes.
wrote it out for want of. You acknowledge you wrote this out. It says patio, $150.
Yes, I realize that. Anyway, so then she calls me up and says she cannot work today because she was not going to be there. But I came out anyway, and she was there. But we could only work basically about a half hour, 45 minutes, because she was going to leave.
He's lying.
So,
Shh. Don't speak. Go ahead.
So we continued working. And then I asked her, I said, now, do you want me to remove this debris? And she said yes. And every time I would leave to get material, she would have this other guy, one of my workers, doing work for her. And I'd come back and I'd say, well, how come this?
I told you not to speak.
I said, you know, I can't work like this. Every time I leave him here, he's supposed to be doing his job forming up for the concrete. I cannot work if you start telling these people what to do. I said, there's only one boss on the job, and that's me. She became dissatisfied and told us to leave.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Show me the contract.
I don't have it.
Mr. Peach, do you have a drinking problem?
No, I don't.
I think something's wrong. Something's not wrapped too tight up here.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Teacher Yvette Davis is suing contractor Douglas Peach for breach of contract and for damages resulting from work done to her home. Douglas is countersuing, claiming Yvette breached their contract.
Did she ask you for a contract, sir, and for proof of insurance?
Yes, she did, and I showed her my contract and my proof of insurance.
Well, just show me the contract.
I don't have it. I didn't think to bring it.
You have a counterclaim for breach of contract, and you didn't think to bring the contract?
Well, I didn't think she was going to sue me.
Mr. Peach, do you have a drinking problem?
No, I don't.
No, I'm serious with you.
No,
That's
I
not,
don't.
It's not a joke.
I don't.
Because if you're a business, and you've been in business a while?
Yes.
You've been in business for a while, sir. And if what you're telling me is that you're an intelligent man, and if you're telling me that you didn't think it was important to bring a contract that you say you have to court, I think something's wrong. Something's not wrapped too tight up here. You're missing something. Do you understand?
I understand very.
All right. Now, Miss Davis, now we're going to get to you. What are you suing him for?
It's threefold. Breach of contract. I did stop the work, at least when they came back on the 18th of July. I would not allow any work to continue because there was no contract. On the 24th of July, he came out. We actually wrote it up. wrote down everything that I needed to have done.
Can I see it, please?
And this is where he quoted me $1,600. And I said, Mr. Peach, when will you come back and continue the work? He said, I will come back on Monday. Monday came, and no one showed up. I haven't been able to reach him or seen him.
Mm-hmm. Did you have somebody else finish the backyard?
Yes, I hired someone in September. I have all of that.
Good.
That I,
Can I see what you did in September? Shh, just show it to me.
Okay, let me.
So somebody else came and finished the job.
I hired another contractor, canceled checks, and the whole bill, the whole contract is there. I'm sorry.
According to you, Mr. Peach gave you a quote for the same job that you ultimately had done. Mr. Peach's quote was $1,600.
Right.
You paid somebody else almost $4,000.
That's right.
Is that right?
Yes. I would have paid Mr. Peach that amount had he quoted that and drawn it up in the contract. I would have paid that.
Is there anything else you're suing him for?
Yes, I am.
Go ahead.
I could not walk through the sidewalk area because it was so debris with broken up rock. So I had to walk through the center of my backyard that has all of that pile up of dirt and broken cement. That area in my yard is not lighted. And I fell 4 times at night coming in from concert one night, dinner. The 4th fall, I fell on my ulnar nerve, and I have a damaged nerve in this hand. So for a month and a half, I have been dropping hot pans of water and grease.
It's not his fault.
I know, but I'm saying I have a damaged...
It's not his fault.
I have a damaged nerve because of the fall.
It's not his fault.
But he left all that debris in my yard.
Not his fault.
And he drug out all the rocks.
Not his fault. What's the nature of your I'm speaking. What's the nature of your disability while you are not working?
I became very ill in October 1996 with necrotized and pancreatitis, and I spent 4.5 years in the hospital dying. And I am recovering from all of the surgeries.
So you haven't worked since 1996?
I haven't worked since October 96.
Okay, fine.
So I was always available when Mr. Peach could come out and work.
Miss Davis,
I wanted to start.
Miss Davis, listen to me. You're not an unintelligent woman. And if you knew a job was worth $4,000 and somebody says that they're going to do it for you for $1,600, a red flag ought to go off in your head and say, something's wrong here. Either this man is drinking something, smoking something, or is not wrapped too tight. But he's certainly not going to work in my house because this job is not a $1,600 job. This job is thousands. So there's something wrong. I could understand why you wanted to have a contract. But having a contract with somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, who comes out for an estimate, gives you an estimate that you know is wrong, that you know is wrong.
Well, I don't.
That you, sure you do. That you know as a homeowner is wrong, and you say to him, sure, come on back and start this afternoon. Let's get it going. So I blame you because you are an intelligent woman and you should have known this was a big mistake. So my only question is, since you do not really have a contract with him, I have to make a determination whether you are entitled to any portion of your $700 back. You did, in fact, give him $700.
Yes, I did.
He did, in fact, work there for at least 2 days. So he gets 2 days' pay. The only 2 days' pay he's going to get is the $700 he's already got. Do you understand,
yes,
sir?
I do.
You have a counterclaim for breach of contract. According to you, you had no contract.
No.
So you can't sue her for breach of contract.
Didn't know that.
So your $4,000 claim for a breach of contract is over. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. And it's unfortunate that you fell in your backyard, madam. If you fell in your backyard and if you weren't careful, then that's your problem. He's not responsible for that.
Careful.
All right. $700 is what you paid. $700 is what he's entitled to. I don't know what else you want back.
I'd like to have my nerve back.
Well, I can't give that to you. You should have been more careful. That's all. Case is over.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Next time when I do a job for a lady,
I paid out $700
I'll write up a contract,
for the work that his crew did.
show her everything that I have before.
I'll check the Attorney General and
This is the first time anything ever happened like this.
anyone else that I can find to find shysters like this.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Russell versus Tate. Step forward.
Nurse Pam Russell is suing her ex-boyfriend, Charles D. Tate, for the return of a hot tub and a Doughboy pool. Charles says both items were gifts.
Miss Russell, you moved in with Mr. Tate, and you lived with him at his home for about 5 months, according to what I read. You had your own home at the time, which you were in the process of selling. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
When you moved in with him, you did, in fact, sell your home, and you had in your home a pool and a hot tub, which you brought to Mr. Tate's home with his permission.
Correct.
And I gather that in order to install this pool and hot tub, there were some trees that were cut down. Is that right, Mr. Tate?
Yes, ma'am.
To make a long story short, the backyard was modified to accommodate the pool and hot tub. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you weren't getting along. Mr. Tate told you to leave. You left. You want your pool, your hot tub back, and you want expenses that you incurred, according to you, while you were living with him to sort of improve his house.
That's correct.
Let me see pictures of the backyard where the pool and the hot tub are. Miss Russell, when you brought this pool and hot tub over, what did you say to him?
I told him that I was putting my house up for sale and that
You know, if he wanted to, we would bring my pool and hot tub to his home and have it there to enjoy. Now, he referred to his home also as my home during that time.
Ma'am, she gave us this.
Shh. I didn't ask. Did you hear me ask you a question?
No, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Now, also, I helped him prepare this land, you know, as far as help him with it, help him with the trees, help him put the pool
I'm
up.
going to ask you, how many trees were cut down?
3.
We also had to do a bunch of bobcat work, dirt moving, whatever you want to call it, landscaping, surveying to get this pool in here level also.
Is that right?
That's right.
Now, what kind of expenses do you think you are entitled to be reimbursed for?
While I lived there, I had expenses on, like painting the house inside. We remodeled the bathroom. I had a few things.
Ma'am, the whole time she...
Shh. What were those things?
Bathroom fixtures, paint, things for the outside. A garden.
So what makes you think, Miss Russell, that you are entitled to be compensated for that?
Well, I mean, after I got everything, you know, the pool, the hot tub there, and I got everything there, then, of course, he gets mad at me one day and just kicks me out.
You brought the pool over in anticipation, I assume, of you living there together as a unit. Is that right?
That's right.
And you think that you're entitled to take it.
That's right.
You are not. If this was something that did not become part of the property and there were no alterations in the property, you want to take it, take it. But once he modifies it and he modifies his home, you don't get to take it back, nor do you get the value of it. Do you understand?
But the hot tub was just brought in, set down. It was never hooked up, no land preparation for the hot tub. So the hot tub was not in use.
Is that right, sir?
Well, we actually did get it hooked up, but we never did get to use it.
Okay, you don't mind if she takes the hot tub if she wants it, do you?
No, ma'am.
Great, you can come pick up the hot tub. When do you want to go pick up the hot tub?
As soon as I can go get it.
5 days from today. She has to make arrangements. If she doesn't come 5 days from today, she loses the right to do it. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have a place to put it and somebody to pick it up 5 days from today's date. I'll prepare an order. Next, so things that you purchased for the house, you don't get reimbursed for. This was not a loan that you made to him. These were improvements that you contributed to while you were living in the house in anticipation that you were going to stay there. But you don't get compensated for that if it doesn't work out. That's why people get married. You see, if you get married and you make improvements to a house, then you have some vested interest in it because the law recognizes the state of marriage. The law does not recognize the state of living together or almost married or doing a test run. Do you understand? You don't have a case, Miss Russell. Sorry. We'll prepare the order with regard to the hot tub. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you.
Your Honor, you may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Mr. Sanders, according to what I've read, the defendant was a former girlfriend of yours.
Correct.
And it is your claim that you made a couple of loans to her.
Correct.
For rent and some moving expenses that she had.
Correct.
And this was when she was no longer your girlfriend?
Correct.
Because you were generous and you wanted to help her out.
Correct.
Ms. Cunningham, you say that he did give you money. It wasn't a lot of money.
Right.
And he gave you the money because he had beaten you up so badly during a physical altercation that you were unable to work.
Correct.
That you lost the apartment as a result of this altercation.
Yes.
And that he sort of gave you the money to ease his conscience.
Yes.
You have a counterclaim.
Yes.
For that assault.
Yes.
Okay. How long were you in a relationship, Mr. Saunders, with the defendant?
Approximately 6 months, 6 to 8 months.
In those 6 to 8 months, did you live together at any time?
No, ma'am.
During the 6 to 8 months that you were together, were the police ever called to either of your residences as a result of domestic violence?
No, ma'am.
Yes.
No, ma'am.
Yes.
Just a minute. I'm going to get to you. Did you ever, Mr. Saunders, attend anger management program?
Yes, I did.
Because Ms. Cunningham refers to that in her answer. When did you attend an anger management class?
I believe it was in March of April of last year.
You want to tell me, Mr. Saunders, how you got to an anger management class, sir?
Due to a lot of past altercations with other people, I sell rims, sound, and a lot of people get stuff from me and order stuff from me and they never pay. Or I would give them the merchandise and they wouldn't pay me.
Mr. Saunders, you know what the word blepturing means?
No, ma'am.
Blepturing means talking senselessly and uselessly. That doesn't answer my question. That sounds as if, I mean, it's a Yiddish term, so I really didn't expect you to understand it. People don't go to anger management classes because people don't pay them for rims. People go to anger management classes usually as a result of a court direction, or to avoid going to jail, or because somebody threatens them with some action unless they go to an anger management class.
None of that. None of that.
So you're just telling me you went to an anger management class because somebody got mad at you, or you got mad at somebody because they didn't pay you for your rims?
Basically to improve our relationship between her and I, to prove a point that I could go to an anger management class, I graduate.
So there was Mr. Saunders. Now we're getting to a point, you see. If you tell the truth, sir, the truth will set you free. You understand? Listen to me. So, in the course of your relationship, listen, madam, you're irritating me with the pictures.
Oh.
So, during your relationship with the defendant, there were problems with your temper.
We both had tempers, yes.
Did she go to an anger management class?
No, but she was always implying that she was crazy.
She may have gone to a psychiatrist. I didn't ask her that yet. But during the course of your relationship, she said to you, unless you go to an anger management class, honey, we are finished.
No, she didn't. No. My choice.
Good for you. Did you finish the class?
Yes, I did.
When did you finish it?
He didn't finish it.
Of course he didn't finish it. When did you graduate, Mr. Saunders, from the class?
I went to the class for 3 weekends, so approximately a month later. It was the 3-weekend course.
Now, when did you finally break up with the defendant? Or she with you?
It was after the last incident in July.
Don't shout out, but would that be helpful? Would that be July of 2002?
I would say, yes.
Tell me the circumstances surrounding that, Mr. Sanders.
Due to the fact that I just couldn't take anymore.
Well, tell me about it.
Lies, different mood swings.
Was there a fight?
Verbal, yes.
Where did this verbal fight take place?
In our home.
Tell me what the fight was about.
In a discussion of a disagreement, she would always have to have the last word.
I understand that.
Then she would mumble different things. A typical woman.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He shot her in the face, and she launched at me first.
You mean after you broke into her house?
Yes.
Tell me why you didn't go to the police.
Told me if I go to the police, they would not find me. They would find my body remains, but they would not find me.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Anthony Sanders claims ex-girlfriend Lorraine Cunnington owes for an unpaid loan. Lorraine says it was hush money after he beat her up.
That's true. Women always have to have the last word. And usually they mumble things. Men are used to dealing with, you know, bench, glasses, pen. Women are a little more subtle than that. Okay, so you were having this argument about something, and you had enough. Did you damage her house?
No.
When you left the house, was she in the same physical condition as she was when you arrived?
Yes.
No.
Didn't put your hands on her?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Shh.
No. No.
No. Okay.
Not
now,
gonna happen.
when did she ask you for money for this loan?
A couple of days after we had finally called it to an end.
That was in July.
In August.
Tell me what the conversation was. She called you where? Where were you, at home or at work?
I was at home, yes.
And what did she say?
She asked for $300 to keep her apartment due to she was about to lose it.
And what did you say to her?
Told her, sure.
Okay.
Other than the arguments, I felt that she was liable in return of $300 if I lent it to her.
Okay. So you wrote her a money order or a check, or what did
Yes,
you do?
ma'am, I did.
Okay, she doesn't deny that you gave her $300, right? Okay. And what other monies did you give her and when?
I believe a couple of weeks later, she had asked me for $100 due to the fact that I had took 2 shoulders to her front door.
Took what?
Took 2 shoulders.
What does that mean? I don't understand what that means.
Took 2 shoulders.
He kicked my door
The
in.
door twice with his shoulder.
That I understand. When did you damage her apartment? What month was that?
It was approximately a week later that I lent her the $100.
Okay.
A
And
week
you
later.
went over there
I went over there
to get the money back?
Yes, ma'am.
Did not.
Shh. Listen to me. You gave her the $300 in August. She promised to give you the money back in
A
August.
week later, yes, ma'am.
In August, a week later.
Yes, ma'am.
So it must have been around the 21st of August that you went over there to get it back. And at that time, what happened? She wouldn't let you in?
Yes. Her phone was off, her cell phone was off, her home phone was off, and I had no other way of contacting her in information of me receiving my money back. So I went over there.
And what happened when you went over there?
When I got out the car, someone had already told me that another gentleman was in her home.
Who told you that?
A friend that knew us.
So what did you do?
I asked for a description of him, and they gave me a description of her ex-husband, in which whom she asked me to move her away from due to the fact of his abuse, and he shot her in the face.
Go ahead.
And before this occurred, I caught them together once before.
But you weren't together anymore.
Right.
You were just lending her money because you were a good guy.
Right.
Right. So what did you care if her ex-husband was up there? If he shot her in the face, that's her problem.
Well, I mean, why is she calling me?
Because she needed a loan from you, and you said you knew she was good for it.
Well, I mean, if he was there, then what's the purpose of asking me?
Maybe he didn't have any money. You went up and you knocked at the door. And she didn't answer the door?
No.
So you broke the door in?
Yes.
And what did you find when you got in?
Them, presuming, button up her blouse.
Not. I had
they were looking over the balcony glass to see had I left. They didn't know that I was still at the front door.
Okay. Did you have a confrontation with them at the time?
Yes.
Well, what? Look at me, Mr. Saunders. Did your anger management classes work?
No.
So you got mad?
Yes.
What happened?
I told her I knew something was going on. And she launched at me first.
She launched at you first?
Yes. She came
You
at
mean
me
after
first.
you broke into her house?
Yes.
She launched. How did she launch at you?
She came at me first.
How did she do it? I want you to show me.
As embracement not to get to him, I guess.
So she was trying to keep you away from getting to the ex-husband?
Yes, ma'am.
Was she successful?
No.
Did you hit him?
No, I pushed her out the way and went towards him.
So you pushed her?
Yes.
What happened when you pushed her?
When I was getting the best of him, she was trying to stop me from getting the best of him.
How were you getting the best of him?
With my hands.
So you were fighting with him?
Yes.
Why were you fighting with him, Mr. Saunders?
I caught them together before, and we were together.
But you weren't together anymore, so what were you fighting with him about? He was going to take her off your hands.
Well, I mean, they deserve each other. He shot her.
Perfect, that's what I'm trying to get to. Sir, you weren't together with her anymore. Now you got somebody else there. It's good. Take her off your hands. The ex-husband. Good. He beat her up, he shot her, and she still takes him back. What are you beating him up for?
I was angry at the time, Your Honor.
So you got to go back to anger management.
Later.
Got it? Got to
No.
go back to anger
No,
management.
I didn't pursue to do that anymore.
All right.
No.
Lorraine.
Yes, ma'am.
Who is this person who's with you?
Latoya Wilkins.
Who is she?
My best friend.
Does she have any information, or is she just sitting there and enjoying this?
She's seen
Yes.
in some of the last incident. It was around.
You want to tell me what happened in July?
In July, we got into it. He was talking about my friends. I was talking about his. I was in the bathroom, curling my hair. He said, "Are you going to take me to work?" I said, "Do you ever ask me to take you to work?" And he said, "That ain't what I asked you. I asked you going to take me to work." I said,
You have to
"I
do me a
don't."
favor.
Yes.
You have to speak slowly.
Okay.
Little more volume.
Okay. He asked me, was I going to take him to work?
Not true.
I said, do you ever ask me to take you to work? And so he kept on. And I said, do you ever ask me if you stay the night at my house, don't I take you to work? Therefore, then he came to me and he struck me. And he started hitting
Where did he hit you?
He hit me in the bathroom.
You're on your body.
He struck me in my jaw.
Do me a favor.
Yes, Jim.
Step in between them.
He struck me on the right side, and then he struck me again, and it hit me the lower part of my jaw. And then he struck me again, and it hit me on the left side.
Had Mr. Saunders ever hit you before?
Yes, he did. And the reason for him going to anger management classes is because prior incident on these pictures here, if you like to see them, he hit me because I was at work and the lady had said, "You dating him?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "He's got a child by my girlfriend, but he don't take care of it." Well, after I got off work, I stated to him what had been told to me. And then he said, well, a blood test had been taken, but it was all messed up or something. I said, sounds like a chicken head to me. And he hauled off and he struck me and hit me in my jaw, So that is the incident, is why he went to anger management.
He didn't finish?
No. Then, from that
What happened in July? After July, he hit you several times in the face. Do you have any photographs
I have the
of that?
photos here, also where I had gotten roped up, and then when I went in to go to work, they took a picture, that picture that's on the top where I was beat up. These are the after pictures from the incident.
You want to give me the whole wax?
Those are the pictures for that.
Thank you. Who took these pictures?
I took them hiding in the closet.
With what kind of camera? You went like this? You held the camera up like this?
Yes.
I'd like you to show them to me.
He remember because he doctored me.
No what?
No, ma'am.
No what?
It wasn't me. I did not do that. And she had prior, how do I know those pictures are not from her prior relationship with her husband?
Can I show you something where he know that they're prior and he know that they're prior? The closet, he know this is the closet from their apartments because his clothes was there, so he know. Oh, but he know.
Lorraine, tell me why you didn't go to the police.
He helped me for days until he doctored me. He doctored my face and everything. He told me if I go to the police, they would not find me. They would find my body remains, but they would not find me.
Your former husband was abusive to you?
Mm-hmm.
Did he shoot you?
Yes, he did, accidentally.
He was abusive and he shot you.
Mm-hmm.
Where did he shoot you?
In my face.
Was he the first abusive relationship that you had?
My husband, yeah.
He was the second?
Yes.
Two's enough. This is your best friend?
Yes.
Did she tell you that you were an idiot?
She said something.
Huh? Did you tell her?
Yes.
If you're her best friend?
Yes.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
True.
Why didn't you sue him before for these injuries?
Not true.
Because at the time, I was trying to get myself together, and that was the last thing on my mind.
Okay. There's no question in my mind that after July, you called him several times.
He called me.
Either you called him or he called you, but during the course of those conversations, you asked him for money. You don't send out mixed messages. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You don't like getting beat up, do you?
No, ma'am.
Nobody who's normal likes getting beaten up. Then you don't send out mixed messages. Remember what I told you when we started this
Yes,
case?
ma'am.
Pay attention. Desk, glasses, pen. They don't get nuances. So you don't say, give me money, get away from me. Give me money, get away from me. Because they don't get that. And they shouldn't have to get that, because that's playing with him.
Ask her what she told me over the phone before we came here.
Oh.
Why did she want to know where I live at?
Oh, well, just a second. Just a
I
second.
just asked.
Just a second. Mr. Saunders, listen to me.
I'm married now. I don't want him.
Married to somebody else?
Yeah, somebody lovely, handsome, respected, and treats me like a queen.
Wonderful. I hope it continues. Mr. Saunders, listen to me. If she called you, hang up. Have nothing else to do with her. Because maybe she likes to play mind games with people. What you gave her was a minimal amount of money. Consider it. You got out inexpensively because you didn't end up in jail, which you could have. You burglarized her house. Even if he doesn't press charges against you for the assault.
Ask her why didn't he?
Shh.
He had a restraining order against him. He wasn't even supposed to be there.
He did.
I know. Shh.
He does.
Listen to me, Mr. Saunders. You're not paying attention, sir.
Yes, I'm listening.
You committed a burglary.
I understand.
She was the victim of the burglary.
I think not.
Forcible entry, Mr. Sanders.
I
You
think
not? Oh, Mr. Sanders, you do yourself a tremendous favor to go back to anger management classes and maybe some college. Your case is dismissed. Lorraine, so's yours. Get on with your life. You're a happy girl now? You're married to a nice man? Stay that way. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. Case number 93 on the calendar in the matter of Schmidt versus Rabinowitz.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Who's Schmidt?
Yeah.
How are you related?
He's my brother.
According to what I read, Mr. Rabinowitz has a club. And you and your brother were young entrepreneurs. You were going into business, or you were in business together. You arranged for dances or get-togethers. You would rent out a club or a part of a club. You would charge an entrance fee. You would supply a DJ. Everybody would dance, have a good time. You would get a split, and you both made a little money. So you're like promoters, right?
Yes.
So you decided to engage Mr. Rabinowitz's club for an event. You paid a fee of how much?
$400 down, 25%.
So what?
$400 down and 25% of door sales.
So far, is that correct, Mr. Rabinowitz?
Yes.
And when was this event supposed to take place?
On December 28th.
And according to you, Mr. Rabinowitz closed the club during your event, causing you to lose a whole bunch of money. And you should have made thousands, and you only made how much?
He gave us $150 at the end of the night, and we also made the money off our pre-sale tickets.
Which was how much?
Somewhere around $450.
How much, Mr. Rabinowitz?
There was 122 people through the door. They paid $12 a piece. Whatever the math work is there, somewhere around $1,400. Like she said, most of the money was pre-sold. Most of the tickets were pre-sold. I think there was only about 30 people that paid at the door cash. She had sold tickets, hard tickets, to her customers. She also claimed that there would be hundreds of people at the show.
So it's not your turn to speak yet. All I want to know is how much money you made, Miss Schmidt, that night.
That evening, we got $150 in cash from Eric.
I didn't ask you how much you got from Eric. I asked you how much you made.
$450 plus the $150, so around $600.
So you didn't lose any money?
No, we did lose the money. We lose the money that he kept.
Ms. Schmidt, you paid him $400 to rent the room. You ended up at the end of the day making more than $400. Is that right?
Okay. Yes.
Then you didn't lose any money. What you're claiming is because he closed the club early, we'll get to the reason in a moment, you could have made a lot more.
Okay.
Now, do we understand each other?
That's correct.
The thrust of the complaint is, other than the other stuff that you complain about, that he had people at the door, that he was watching who was coming into the place and he was collecting money rather than you collecting the money. I mean, you have all that as a complaint. The reason that Mr. Rabinowitz shut down your club was what?
There were several reasons why I shut the
Look at me. Don't look at your paper.
Okay, sorry. There were several reasons why I shut the club down early. But the main gist of it was that her employees and staff were caught using drugs by the head of tobacco and liquor of Fort Collins, Colorado.
So the police came.
The police came, and then these people proceeded to be extraordinarily rude to the police and to me and my staff.
The police came?
Absolutely. Several times.
Why?
Because...
Is that usual? Look at me. Is that usual when you run an event?
No.
Was it the event particularly loud?
No.
Then why would they come?
I think it was twofold. One was it was a rave, and there's a certain...
What's a rave? I don't know what a rave is.
I think Tiffany would be better at answering that question than I do, since, you know, she's the rave master. I'm just a...
What's a rave, please?
Actually, a rave is an all-night event, pretty much, where DJs come in and play different types of house and trance music, and kids dance to it.
The police came because this was scheduled to be an all-night event?
Not all night, but till 3:30, yes.
Well, that's pretty late.
That's pretty late.
To me, that's...
Depends what city you're in, but this particular music, I agree with you fully.
Any music. You got to do a lot more than dance and play
when
an
you're a
instrument
club
to keep
owner,
me up till
you want money,
3:30
you
in the
want
morning.
people in there drinking, you know?
Don't talk over me. It's irritating, and I'm old. Do you know the people who were caught using marijuana?
I don't personally, but I know their names, and I know their
You know their names?
Yes, absolutely.
Were they caught inside or outside the club?
They were caught directly outside my office. Outside, but on my property.
I want you to write their names down on a piece of paper.
It's written right here on the contract.
Can I have
I just threw it on there.
Well, check them off. Are there a lot more people's names on there? Or are they...
No, just the two.
Okay. Would you please show the plaintiffs this and ask them if these two people were in any way connected with their organization in either promoting or playing that evening?
They're the light techs.
Shh.
Was one of the people we hired to come in and do our visuals, and was his girlfriend.
So they were, in fact, related
Yes.
to you. And at what time were these two people arrested?
I'd say right around midnight.
Is that correct, Ms. Schmidt?
There were no arrests. They were ticketed.
What time were they ticketed?
It was at 11:47.
And what time did Mr. Rabinowitz close the club?
About just a few minutes after midnight.
So about the same time.
Yes.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You said there were a lot of people there that were under 21.
Yes.
So they couldn't drink.
That's right.
But they could use drugs.
No.
But
We
they did
searched
use
people
drugs.
at the door.
They did use drugs.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tiffany Schmidt and her brother Travis say club owner Eric Rabinowitz breached their contract when he shut down their rave. Eric says the siblings' employees were doing drugs.
Didn't you know that if any of your employees or your contractors used drugs on or around the premises, that he had the ability to shut you down?
Well, he never gave us a chance to mitigate the damages for the first part.
Just a second, explain that to me, Ms. Schmidt.
Well, basically, we were under the them using drugs had nothing to do with us. We did not know that they had them.
It was your responsibility.
It was our responsibility.
My dear,
they were outside. We can't watch them.
My dear, I want you to explain to me. I know you have a word that you just used, mitigating damages.
Yes.
I don't think you know what that means.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Well, explain to me your understanding of what mitigating damages means.
Well, he could have given us the opportunity to send those people home and gone without them, because we would have been just fine without them.
That's not mitigating damages, madam. Mitigating damages is a legal term of art. That means that, for instance, if you rent an apartment with two roommates and one of the roommates takes off, you may be under an obligation to try to find another roommate to mitigate the damage that the other roommate has caused. Or if you rent a place, like you rented his establishment, and you cancel it a month before, he may have an obligation to try to rent it again to mitigate the damages that your cancellation cost. But once people are found in possession of drugs on his premises, there is no way that you can mitigate those damages.
Well, they weren't.
Because it is an indication that you have no control over your employees. And once you have no control, Ms. Schmidt, over your employees, Mr. Rabinowitz over here, who runs a business, could lose his license long term because you were unable to control your employees. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good.
Can I please say something, Your Honor?
Sure.
Okay. First of all, the police did tell Eric that because of this, they were not arrested. They were ticketed.
Don't give me any hearsay.
Well,
I'm not interested. You want to have a witness?
On evidence for it.
Well, I'd like to. You have a police report?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see the police report. X and Y were contacted after officers witnessed them preparing to smoke marijuana. Paraphernalia and marijuana were confiscated. Both subjects were issued summonses. It says that the police contacted the owner of the Starlight, Mr. Rabinowitz, and advised him that at least two persons who had been inside his establishment and were with the promoters were contacted and charged with possession of marijuana. After hearing that information, Rabinowitz chose to ask the persons to leave the Starlight and ask the show to end. And he's absolutely right. Why should he risk them coming back and finding more people inside with drugs? What?
They searched multiple people inside the venue and they didn't find any drugs or paraphernalia.
Let me tell you something, sir. All they had to find was another handful. 1 or 2. And they can destroy his business. You have no right to let that happen. What are you complaining about? He's got a business to protect.
Our complaint, Your Honor, is that he was going to shut us down before this incident even happened.
Well,
he broke
do you
the
think that there was a...
contract in
Listen,
several
let me ask you
ways.
this question. What possibly could be his motive for doing that?
In my personal opinion, I would say his motive was that the evening was a 16 and up show. His bar sales were not high because of the fact that most people were under 21, and he wanted to close it down because he wasn't getting the amount of money that he had expected.
That was promised. I was promised a certain amount of people by the promoter, and they didn't show up, so she's basically putting it on me for being a poor promoter and a poor worker and entrepreneur. You know, I put shows on all the time, 7 a week, and I have 100 people in my club every Saturday night, and there was about 122 people on that night. I mean, all I have to do is open the doors for 100 people to show up, so obviously...
So what's the drinking age at your...
21.
21.
Oh, yeah.
And you said there were a lot of people there that were under 21.
Yes.
So they couldn't drink.
That's right.
But they could use drugs.
No.
But
We
they did
searched
use
people
drugs.
at the doors.
They did use drugs.
She did.
You want to be promoters? You got to be careful that your people who are employed by you, people who are around underage people, don't have drugs, whether it be marijuana or ecstasy or pills or Quaaludes or anything else, because if you do, the possibility exists that you're going to lose money. So you have no case, Ms. Schmidt, nor Mr. Schmidt. Your case is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Oh, just a second. I have a countersuit. Are you serious about your countersuit, or you want to say goodbye, countersuit?
I would love to just get that out of here.
Perfect. Thank you.
He came up, they said, everything's fine, the club looks great, you guys are doing wonderful, and about 2 minutes later he would come up freaking out about something.
I tried to pull him off.
Yeah, if anyone was on drugs, it was him.
Well, he did disappear a few times and come back very irritated. But I tried to pull him off the side and explain that they did have a contract with Planet Plur, which is peace, love, unity, and respect, and that he needed to follow his contract. And he basically said the contract doesn't mean anything. No, he did say the contract didn't mean anything to him anymore. If it didn't go his way, he was going to close him down.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Williams versus Coleman. Step forward, please.
22-year-old homemaker Demecia Williams is suing her ex-boyfriend, 23-year-old rapper William Coleman, for giving away her ferret while she was in a women's shelter.
Miss Williams, you want the defendant to pay for your ferret.
Yes, ma'am.
When did you buy the ferret?
I bought it the day after my birthday last year.
Give me the date, please. I don't know when
March
your birthday
14th.
is.
March 14th.
And how did the defendant come into possession of your ferret?
I had some trouble at home, and I had to leave and go to a facility to where I couldn't take him with me, so I asked him to keep him for me.
What date did you go to the facility?
On May 6th.
So you had the ferret for about 6 weeks?
Correct.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of facility did you go to?
It was a facility for women of domestic violence.
The defendant was your boyfriend?
Correct.
He was the person who was abusing you?
No, ma'am.
And when, for the first time, did you ask for the ferret back?
I asked him for the ferret back in January of this year. Actually, I went to his house, and he wasn't there, but I told his stepfather that I...
So, 7 months later, you asked for it back?
Correct.
And did he give it back to you in January of '03?
No, he did not.
When did you ask for it again?
I asked for it again a couple of weeks later, about the first or second week of February.
So a month later?
At the first time I asked for it, it was about the end of January, so it was only a couple of weeks later.
Okay.
Shh, I'm going to get to you in a second. And the end of January, what did he say?
I didn't get a response back from him because, like I said, at the time I was at his house. He wasn't home. I spoke to his stepfather.
Did you look for the ferret?
No, I did not. But
how long did you remain in the shelter?
I was in the shelter for 11 months.
So from May of '02 until
April
of 2003.
Correct.
You were in the shelter. So how could you ask for the ferret back in January if they didn't allow ferrets there?
At the time, they were going to be placing me in my own apartment.
But you didn't go into your own apartment.
Right.
So then you couldn't have the ferret back in January. And you couldn't have the ferret back in February.
Right, and that was at the time that I had asked my boyfriend, Autumn, if he could keep him for me. His sister wanted a ferret, so I was going to let them take care of the ferret. And
How much money did you give Mr. Coleman? I gather no longer your boyfriend because you had a new boyfriend.
Right.
How much did you give him to take care of your ferret for the 11 months that he had the ferret?
I didn't give him anything at the time.
Just a second. You didn't give him anything?
Right.
How much money did you give him towards veterinarian bills, if any?
Nothing. But
when did you get a new boyfriend?
In December.
While you were in the shelter?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, are you serious with me, Miss Williams? Into the ferret, sir.
Okay, for starters, she only paid for about 2 or 3 bags of food, and the ferret was in my care since June 24th, which she has down here.
Mr. Coleman, Mr. Coleman.
Yes, ma'am.
She says she didn't pay for anything.
Yeah, well...
But so you're being very honest with me, is that
exactly.
right? You're
That's
just
what
not
I'm
paying
doing.
attention.
Yeah, I'm being honest, but I'm not
No, you're just not paying attention.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
So why don't you just, instead of doing the drill that you want to drill, why don't you just answer my questions?
Yes, ma'am.
What happened to the ferret?
The ferret didn't have any vaccinations that he was supposed to get, therefore he got sick. He didn't get attention that he therefore needed because I was on the road doing shows. I'm a rapper. And she knew this, so that's
You
what
did
happened.
not give me a whole story. Where's the ferret?
The ferret passed away.
When?
March 18th.
Who was watching the ferret?
I did the best I could. My mother's scared of it. My stepfather was gone.
At the time, he told me that his mother gave the ferret away. He didn't tell me that the ferret died.
He wanted to spare you.
And it's like he could have told me that the ferret was not getting the proper care because he did not tell me that he was still going on the road because of different
Madam,
things.
you had this ferret for 6 weeks. You did not develop a loving attachment for it that you couldn't get over. You managed to find, listen to me, you managed to find a new boyfriend in December. And if you were in love with this ferret and wanted all kinds of compensation, then you would have found some way to have the ferret go into his possession. This is the boyfriend in
Right.
December of 02.
Correct.
Rather than waiting until the end of January of 03, the end of January of 03, according to you, not according to him, by the way, to ask for this thing back.
At the time we were
Courts
still
are very
together.
busy places. We have no time for nonsense. Get a life and get a new ferret. That's all. Case dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may come on in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Mr. Ramirez, you and the defendant dated and I gather lived together for a brief period of time. You had one child with you at the time?
Yes.
And it is your claim that she, after an argument, threw you out with your child and kept your property. The defendant says that when you left, you owed her some money, and instead of the money, you said to her, just keep my stuff. I don't want it. You know, sell it. She's also counterclaiming because she says you assaulted her, correct?
Correct.
Okay. When did you move in with Miss Flynn, Mr. Ramirez?
She moved in with me about 4 months after we met to my home that I was renting
In what year was that you moved in together?
this year.
2007.
2005.
When was it?
2005.
And when did you move into the apartment that you left?
We moved in at the end of July of 2006.
And you have one child. How
Yes,
old is
ma'am.
that child?
She's 8.
And you have custody of her?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what happened when you left, sir.
Well, when she kicked me out, me and my daughter, she just kicked me and my daughter out.
Well, tell me about that day.
While we were talking, and I have an invention.
You have an invention?
Yes, ma'am, that me and my brother came up with. And Miss Flynn stated that she wanted 10% of something that doesn't exist. And I said, no, how am I going to give you 10% of something I don't even have? So that's where it started, and that upset her, like, just totally upset her. And she said, what? And I said, how am I going to give you 10% of something I don't even have? I can't.
What do you mean you don't even have? You had an invention you just told
Well,
me.
yes, ma'am, but it's just in the process now. I haven't...
Well, I assume that what she was saying is that in exchange for whatever financial contribution she was making, were you working at the time?
Yes, ma'am.
You were both working?
Yes.
Well, I assume she was saying that because you lived together as a couple, she wanted 10% if anything happens with this invention. And you said, no, I don't think you're entitled to that. So you're entitled to say that to her, Mr. Ramirez. If she wants 10% or 50%, then you got to get married. Then that's what the state does. The state says, well, then property becomes community property or joint property. But you're not married, she's not entitled to anything. So you're absolutely within your rights to say, I don't want to give you 10%. Is that when she threw you out?
Yes, ma'am.
What did she say?
Get out of my house. You and your daughter can get out of my house.
And is that what you did? You left?
Yes, ma'am.
And you left your things?
Yes, ma'am.
What things did you leave there?
I have a list of things, numerous things.
They better be big items, sir, because I don't get involved with saucepans and dishes.
That's just some of the things. That's not the personal belongings, like pictures and...
I'm going to cross certain things out here, Mr. Ramirez, that I think are ridiculous. Charbroiled barbecue with 2 propane tanks. Prairie dining. Did you purchase all of these things, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you purchase them while you and the defendant were living together?
No, ma'am. Prior.
You had these things?
Everything on that list is prior to our relationship.
Let us take a look at this. Are any of those things that you purchased while you were living together?
Probably some DVDs and CDs.
Other than that, those are all his things, correct?
Yeah.
You have to return them to him, all of them. Do you understand?
Oh, there's no neon picture.
Okay, cross it off.
There is a neon picture, Your Honor.
Cross it off. Okay, good. Inconsequential, all of those things within 5 days, sir, you arranged to have the movers there to pick them up. Isn't that nice?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Now, let's get to your counterclaim. You say he owes you money.
Yes.
And he assaulted you. Go.
Actually, the alleged invention that he has is something that my doctor asked him to make, and I actually have a picture of it.
What does that have to do with anything?
That's why I had asked him for 10% of his alleged
entitled
invention.
to ask.
So
he's entitled to say no.
My counterclaim is what he owes me when he was not working for October, November, and December.
You were not working October, November, December?
October and November, Your Honor.
And December. Well,
just a second. Were you working in December, sir?
No, ma'am.
So you didn't contribute to the household for those 3 months?
No.
So how much money do you owe her?
I don't feel I owe her anything.
Why not?
That's the way relationships work, Your Honor.
Why? Did she work all the time?
No, she doesn't work.
She doesn't work at all?
No.
How do you support yourself?
I receive disability and Social Security.
What's the nature of your disability?
I have a blood condition that affects my ankles to where I get a lot of blood clots, and I'm in the hospital a lot. I get a lot of infections.
So you were supporting the household and paying the mortgage on your Social Security disability?
And a child support.
You have children?
I have 1 child.
How old?
9. Also
Just
2.
a second. Was your arrangement when you moved in that you would pay half the mortgage, sir?
No, ma'am.
What was your arrangement?
Just that we're going to move in together and help each other out as a relationship does.
No. How did you handle the finances, Mr. Ramirez?
Well, I was working prior, and then I just...
When you were working prior, how did you handle the finances?
We just share them.
How did it work? You came home and you all both deposited checks into a joint account?
No, ma'am.
Well, how did it work? I want to know.
I would handle cash and pay the bills.
How much?
It just depended on how much the bills were at the time.
Mr. Ramirez?
Yes.
How much would you hand her each month?
Maybe $1,200.
Each month?
No, not each month.
Well, that's what I'm asking you, sir. You don't play with me. Mr. Ramirez?
Yes.
You think you're smarter than I am?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Ramirez, you owe her $1,800. What else?
He also owes me for his vehicle insurance from May to January, which I do have invoices for.
Just a second. Why did you pay in May? He was working in May.
Because I had added him to my insurance because he couldn't get it on his own. And with the money that he was giving
No,
me...
my darling. Listen to me. In May, he was working, so he was giving you money. In May, June, July, August, he was working. He was giving you money.
Not
you
enough.
Pay the... Who cares? That's something I'm getting involved with. So far, he owes you $1,800, period.
Okay.
What's next?
So he owes me then $120 for vehicle insurance for October, November, and December, ma'am, when he was not working.
October, November, and December. You had a car?
Yes, ma'am.
She was paying the insurance?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. And you weren't paying
Helping.
anything?
And January.
You weren't paying anything?
No.
Not a penny.
Okay. How much a month?
$40 a month.
Okay. So it was 3 months or 4 months?
4.
160. What's next?
The satellite dish was a household bill.
Forget it. You still have the satellite dish, no?
I still have it.
Keep going.
I'm also countersuing for the assault.
Well, let me hear about the assault.
Okay. One night I was just in my house, in my room with my friend.
When?
Approximately the 14th of January.
After he had left?
After he had left. He came back into my house. He still had a key because his stuff was there, so I didn't change the locks. I changed my alarm code. I thought that was good enough. He came in anyhow. I had my room closed. When I opened my bedroom door to see who had come in, he was already right there. And he asked me,
what were you doing there?
I went to pack my daughter's things in her room so I can...
Did you call her first?
No.
Why not?
I have a key.
You have no right to do that. You're not a tenant there. You hadn't paid rent. You have no right to go in.
When I received my first check, after I got my job, I handed her my first check.
No.
What date?
You didn't.
What date?
Like January,
No.
first week of February.
You mean after you moved out, you handed her a
Oh,
check?
no, Your Honor.
Baloney, Mr. Ramirez. Baloney. You had no right being there. None. So what happened?
He said, who's in there? And I told him, none of your business. He pushed the door open like this, and the door hit me in my face because I was on the other side of the door. I proceeded to push the door and tell him that he wasn't going to come in, that it was none of his business. And with his strength, he pushed me into a dresser that I had by the door, which bruised my arm.
Why did you do that, sir?
I did not, Your
have
Honor.
pictures of my lip where the door busted my lip.
Can I see it, please?
And my witness was in my room. When he saw that it was just my friend Diana, he left. I told him I was calling the police. I had the police on the phone, and
Temper,
I
Mr.
also
Ramirez.
have a statement from
Temper, Mr. Ramirez. Ever been arrested?
Yes,
Domestic violence?
yes.
What do you have to say for yourself, sir? There's no question in my mind that you entered the house, that was a trespass, and if you assaulted her, that rises to the level of burglary. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now, I want you to tell me, did you lose your temper?
No, Your Honor.
Well, tell me what you did. There's no question that you hurt her.
I entered the room, the house, in intent to gather my daughter's things from her room and some of my belongings. And then she came out. She said, "What are you doing here?" She said, "Get out of my house." I handed her the key, and I left.
No.
Didn't push the door open?
No, Your Honor.
Didn't push the door?
No.
Didn't cut her lip?
No.
You have a police report?
No, ma'am, I didn't let the police come. So, but he was not there to get his daughter things. He called me later after he left and said, "Why did you do that? I just wanted to sit down and hang out with you and talk. I thought we could talk." And I said, "Why would you think that?"
He doesn't think that you're allowed to say no.
Well, I am saying no.
Yes.
And,
I think maybe
yeah.
he gets that now. Want to step up? Tell me your last name.
Kalish.
Ms. Kalish, you were there on the evening that Mr. Ramirez came into the house?
Yes.
Tell me what happened.
We were in her room just watching TV, and we heard the front door open. She got up to see who entered the house, and before she got to the door, he was already standing there. She opened the door, and he pushed the door open and pushed her.
Did you say anything about calling the police?
She did call the police. I was there. She
And what
called the
happened?
police, telling them that he had came in the house without permission, but the police didn't show up.
They never showed up?
Well, she didn't want them to come over.
Why?
The calls can take an hour to 2 or 3 hours, and I didn't want to waste their time. He was already gone. I felt safe in the house, and I knew that I could just call back.
Why is this picture dated February 9th?
Because that's when I printed the picture, and my digital camera, once I changed the batteries, the date doesn't set. So I have a digital camera. I have the camera with me. I didn't print the
Did
photos.
you seek any medical treatment?
No, ma'am.
Okay. You owe her $1,960. Do you understand? And you can go pick up your stuff within 5 days, the stuff that's on this list. Don't go back and bother her anymore. She doesn't want to have anything to do with you anymore. Do you understand?
It's mutual.
It's finished. Over. Got it?
Mutual.
Thank you. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He messed up. I mean, he had a good relationship. He had a really good thing, and he doesn't have it anymore.
She kicked us out into the snow, actually, where we didn't have no vehicle, no money, no cell phone.
It wasn't snowing.
Me and my daughter had to ride our bike over a mile to the gas station so I can call somebody to pick us up.
They didn't go out to the street. I mean, he went to his brother's house.
She's just a mean person.
He chose to make out of himself while his daughter was there.
I told her I didn't love her unconditionally, and she just went ballistic.
I don't feel bad about that at all.
She can move on, and I can move on, and go on with our lives.
I hope so.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Maffett versus Simmons. Step forward.
Rachel Maffett is suing her ex-boyfriend, Brad Simmons, for unpaid rent and bills while they live together. Brad claims he owes her nothing.
Ah, Bird, I really am so glad I don't use this internet thing. Miss Maffett, you met the defendant on something called MySpace.
Yes.
Which is on the internet where people go to meet each other rather than, meeting each other for a cup of coffee or whatever. You exchange information. And you knew him for a brief period of time, and he moved in.
Yes, he asked to move in.
And it is your claim that while he was there, he paid no rent and bills. He owes you $2,000 for the time that he lived with you. Mr. Simmons says that there was never a financial agreement when he moved in. It was only when he left, unceremoniously, according to Miss Maffett. You left her a note?
No, ma'am.
What did you do?
I packed up all my stuff while she was gone because of the fact that she was a little unstable. I didn't feel comfortable staying there. I packed all my stuff, so I headed out of there, and then I went back to the house and waited for her to come home. And then I told her face to face.
Oh, okay. Well, not as bad as I thought.
Your Honor, I do have a note.
You do have a note?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see the note. When did you get the note?
When I came home and found all of his stuff gone from the house.
The note was only...
Shh. Okay. So you write this letter because you believed she was involved with a couple of other people at the same time she was involved with you. It's a very hurt letter, and you say, I can't talk to you right now. You want to communicate with me through MySpace because you're too hurt. You couldn't trust her. Okay, got it. When did you move in, Mr. Simmons?
It was sometime before Christmas. I don't know the exact date.
You remember the date?
I do not. It was probably after 3 or 4 dates, though.
Sometime in mid-December.
Yes, ma'am.
Of 06. And you moved in at her invitation.
Yes, ma'am.
And when did you move out?
I moved out, it was the first week of February.
So let's say
It was before Valentine's Day.
You remember when he moved out?
It was before Valentine's Day, but he was over at my house probably 5 days a week after that. He promised that we would get back together, and
so he lived
still
with you
loved me.
maybe 6 weeks.
Right.
That is untrue. I did not go after.
Shh. Did anybody live with you before, Miss Maffett?
Not in that apartment, no.
Has anybody lived with you since?
No.
So you weren't looking for somebody to share the bills with?
No, I was not.
So what money do you think he owes you? For the
He owes
6 weeks that he was there?
He lived there for probably 8 weeks, and
6 weeks. Keep going.
And he did say that he would pay for half of the bills. He actually asked me if he could live with me. He says that he thinks it may be the L word, and so that he wanted to come live with me because his family was unstable, and he said that his father was beating him.
That is untrue, Your Honor.
Listen to me. He left. You have no downside.
Well, I paid for all of the food. He eats probably enough for 3 people a day.
Yeah.
And he did promise me to pay $2,000 from a bonus that he was going to be getting from his new job. And every time I would go to pay bills, he would say, oh, no, it's okay, you're going to get that other money, so we can do this instead and have fun and eat out and things like that. So I did spend money on things that I normally wouldn't have if I were living alone. I work 2 jobs and I am trying to finish school, so I'm just barely eking by.
Mr. Simmons says he gave you $500 while he was there.
He gave me $300 when he first moved in, which we promptly used on food and going out to eat.
Was it 3 or 5?
It was $500. I gave her $300 when I moved in, like she said, and then at another point, about 2 days before we broke up, we went out to eat with my uncle at Johnny's Pizza, and I gave her another $200. There was never agreement. I was just trying to
I believe you that you gave her $500. Do you feel, Mr. Simmons, as if you owe her any money?
No, ma'am.
Was there ever an agreement for you to pay rent there?
No, ma'am. When I moved out, I figured the $500 I gave her, plus I maintained the upkeep of the house, and I cooked. So I feel that's...
You don't get credit for that.
I feel that the money that I gave her at the time that I was there was
You gave her $500?
Yes, ma'am.
What's your rent, by the way?
My rent is $580 a month.
He's paid you enough, Miss Maffett.
Miss Judge Judy, I actually have an email here stating that he was going to give me the $2,000.
Oh, then I'll see it.
I never sent an email. She did have access to my email password.
No, I did not.
Because it was saved on her computer.
Just a second.
Judge, I also have emails saying that he would lie in court, that he admitted to lying in court. He admitted to cheating on me with men.
That's untrue, Your Honor.
Oh, listen, I'm not interested
that he
in
wasn't working
I'm
when
not
he was
interested in
working.
that. It has nothing to do with me. Absolutely nothing to do with me. The only thing that has to do with me is whether or not you just refuse to put a period and say, made a mistake, shouldn't have invited this guy in to live with me after knowing him for just 4 dates. You have no downside. He gave you $500. He was there for 6 weeks, and I'm not sure that you wrote this thing yourself. Case is dismissed, Miss Maffett. Put a period. It's over. Goodbye.
You may step out. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
Miss Irani, you had a condo that you were renting.
Yes.
And you rented that condo to Mr. Ottenstreyer's daughter, who is under 21, and he co-signed the lease for her. Is that right?
Correct.
Do you live in the same town?
Yes.
Why wasn't your daughter living home?
She just moved out.
That's not an answer. I know she moved out. That's something that's clear to me, Mr. Ottenstreyer.
Just to be on her own. She had her job,
Mhm.
and she was working, and she wanted to have a place of her own.
And you thought that that was a good idea?
Yes.
And you trusted her?
Right.
So you trusted her to act as a responsible adult?
Right.
Clearly, she did not do that.
Correct.
Because what happened was she violated the rules of the condo. She had a pet, which she wasn't allowed to do. Correct?
Yes.
She threw noisy parties, and there were complaints on at least 4 occasions. And ultimately, they were either going to terminate her proprietary lease on the condo, unless she got rid of your daughter, but you moved out.
Yes.
Your father gave her an extra month's rent and said goodbye. Unfortunately, because of your actions, Miss Irani was charged money for violating the noise ordinances of the condo. She tried to fight them. Your tenancy ended up costing her how much?
Okay, I paid $942.50 for my attorney, and then there is a paper for all the details of all the charges, which
I'd like to
is
see it.
$4,921.
Okay, so that's what Miss Irani had to pay as a result of dog fines, police being called to the house for loud noises and parties, because you, Mr. Ottenstreier, had full confidence in your daughter's ability to live on her own, act responsibly, and you were wrong. Your defense is, that wasn't in my contract.
Correct.
Convince me better, sir.
Well, we have in the contract itself, there is no statement of the $400 fine for police calls. There is a part that says about noise, that type of thing. That's not specified in there.
What does it say about noise, that you're not allowed to make noise?
Well, it says be quiet in the hall and this type of thing, keep your stereos down. And then it says see attachment. There's no attachment.
Did you ask about the attachment?
No.
What do you do for a living?
Optometrist.
Do you have your own business?
Yes.
Do you rent space, or do you own the building where you have your...
Now we rent.
When you signed a lease, did you have a lawyer?
Yes.
So you do know about lawyers.
Yes.
And if something says see attachment and there's no attachment, what do you do?
Well, to me, it's void. I mean, if it's not in there.
I didn't
it's not
ask you
signed.
what it means.
Oh.
I said, what do you do when it says see attached? You say, where is the attachment?
I looked for attachment, didn't see it.
So why didn't you call her?
I assumed that she wasn't concerned about it, I guess. She
I'm
didn't put it in the
concerned
contract.
about it.
Yeah.
What's next, Mr. Ottenstreier?
Well, the next thing is that we renewed the lease. At the renewal of the lease, she never said anything about us owing money, and there were 3 police calls before
When
that.
did you renew the lease?
On 6/20/06, a year after, and there were 3 police calls before that.
Let me ask you a question. Had you been contacted about those 3 police calls?
I still have never received a bill.
Did your daughter tell you that there were 3 police calls?
She called me each time after the police were called.
That's not my question. I said, did your daughter tell you about the 3 police calls?
Yes.
What did she tell you?
Told me that she had a party and that there were police calls. The police were called and they ticketed her.
What did you say to her?
Don't have any more parties. Quit having the parties.
Just a second. Did you say to her after the first time, don't have any more parties?
Sure.
Did you say it to her after the second time?
Sure.
Did you say it to her after the third time?
Yes.
And when you renewed the lease, did you co-sign the lease despite the fact that she had disobeyed your instructions?
Yes.
Now it would seem to me, Mr. Ottenstreier, that you would not be as trusting and as confident in your daughter to do the right thing. So why would you co-sign the lease for her?
Well, there have been 6 months went by with no police calls, and you hope your child is going to take the right road. They make mistakes, but you keep hoping they're going to make the right choice.
And what about the dog, sir?
The dog was there temporarily. It was a friend's dog that stayed there. She didn't have it as a pet.
The dog was there about 3 weeks, not even.
Temporarily is not 3 weeks. Temporarily is when somebody comes over to visit you and they bring their dog. Why should she be out all this money? If I have to make a judgment as to who's got to be out this $5,000, who do you think it's going to be? The person who made the noise or the person who had to pay the fines?
Well, we do have papers that say that she's responsible for,
For any fines that are charged to the tenants that she's responsible for.
Of course, as between she and the condo association, she's responsible.
So that's
I'm speaking. The condo association doesn't want to have to go looking for you. I mean, I can't believe that you actually are a professional man. The condo says, as between you, owner, and the board, you, owner, are responsible for the fines. That doesn't prevent her from going after you because you're the one that made the noise. You're the one that brought the dogs in, something that you knew. You knew it when you signed the lease the second time. You knew she had violated the rules. Could have said to her at that time, listen, you violated my trust. You come home. Come home. I'm not co-signing for you. You didn't listen to me the first time. You didn't listen to me the second time. Unless you didn't want her home, sir, because she created too much trouble at home, which is another problem.
Doesn't Giddy, when she renews the lease, didn't she take any responsibility? Should have told us at that time that there were fines at that point?
They probably didn't come after her for those fines until after she left.
Yes, they did.
Before she renewed the lease?
Yes.
When did you renew the lease, sir?
6/20/06.
Actually, it's July 2007.
And when were you first notified of any fine? Because clearly, if you were notified of fines before you renewed the lease, I am not considering any fines before you renewed the lease. Afterwards, maybe. But then you're on notice.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Your Honor, I have her email, what she told me. She
I don't
said
care
that
what she told you. I don't care if she told you that the sky was green. Listen to me very carefully.
I believed her.
I don't care whether you believed her.
And later today,
This is all getting too unseemly for me. Mr. Lanza, you've had possibly 2 out-of-wedlock children. That's enough.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Gidi Irani claims former tenant Holly Ottenstreier threw wild parties in her rental condo. She is suing for association fines and legal fees.
Okay, now when were you notified of the fines?
Actually, after she had the police call, they sent me a letter and I discussed it with her. I said, there is fine, you cannot go on living like this.
When did you have this conversation with her? Before?
After the first call, after the first police call.
Well, the first police call was in 2005.
Yes.
When were you notified by the condo association of the fines, is my question.
Maybe in a month or so.
Month after 2005?
Yes.
Well, then you should not have renewed her lease.
Your Honor, she was telling me that the neighbors are bothering her. The property manager who was telling me that she had loud noise, he was fired.
Ms.
And I
Irani.
did not have the police reports. As soon as I had the police report, I talked to her father.
Ms. Irani, how much were you renting the apartment to her for?
$550 and then $640 later on because she asked for the carpet to be changed.
All of these things were done prior to you executing a new lease. You said July of 2006 is when you entered into a new lease. And there was nothing after that.
Because she was out in September.
No, listen to me very carefully. You have a police call August of 05, another one August of 05. There are dog fines in October of 05. There's another dog fine in November of 05. I don't know what this means, non-eviction. What does that mean?
Because they were asking me to ask her to leave, and she was saying that they are so unfair to her.
Oh, no. That's your problem, Miss Irani. I'm sorry, I was very heavy on them, and rightly so. But you're a grown-up. You should not have renewed their lease.
Your Honor, I have 2 teenagers that I fully trust. I believed her, and that I did not believe the property manager.
I would have brought eviction proceedings against her immediately. Immediately. They asked you to evict her in October of 2005.
But Your
and
Honor,
instead of evicting her, you renewed a lease in July.
Your Honor, I have her email, what she told me. She
I don't
said
care
that
what she told
didn't
you.
do
I don't care if she
anything
told you
wrong.
that the sky was green. Listen to me very carefully.
I believed her.
I don't care whether you believed her. It's not relevant to me. It's not relevant whether you believed her. You were told by your condo association to evict her in 2005. Instead of evicting her, what you did was you renewed her lease in 2006.
But Your Honor, they never provided any evidence, anything.
They don't have to provide you with evidence, madam.
I asked for.
They don't have to provide you with evidence. She's not going to pay you because it was your responsibility to evict her, not to sign on a new lease. There are other people that live there. They were forced to live with her, making a lot of noise and having loud parties, having a dog when they weren't supposed to. They asked you to evict her. You're the owner of the condo, and you said, no, I'm not going to do it.
Your Honor, I called her parents and I told her mother about the dog. And she said she's just doing it for 1 weekend and it's going to be gone. She told me that the police came because there was an ambulance. She was not feeling good. She was not doing that.
Listen, they came 5 times. She was a very sick girl. It's your problem, and it's your fault. You should never, never have renewed the lease with them. Never.
Your Honor, I received the police report in August, and I talked to her parents right away after I saw the police report. I made an appointment with them. I saw them, and I said, this is how
You should have evicted her, and you didn't. You should have evicted her.
Because I believed her.
Well, that's your problem, madam. I believe that you believed her. I believe that you also like the rent. Your case is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I didn't think that she was lying, but I guess I learned my lesson.
I feel sorry for Gidi because she did trust my daughter.
She had underage drinking. She had marijuana in the home.
One of my friends was caught with marijuana in my apartment, and I should have known that he had it, but I didn't.
I trusted her.
One of the tickets was for me and 2 friends that were sitting on the couch talking, and the police gave me a ticket for that.
I'll be more careful with younger people.
They got to go out in the world sometime, and they don't always make the right choices, but you trust them and you hope eventually they're going to come around, and she has.
I don't party anymore.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Benavente versus Lanza, step forward, please.
21-year-old Monique Benavente is suing the father of her child, 24-year-old Carlos Lanza, for 2 truck payments. Carlos says Monique offered to help him out.
How old are you, Miss Benavente?
21.
How old are you, Mr. Lanza?
24.
2 of you have a child together.
Correct.
How old is that child?
5 months, 2 weeks.
Is that your only child?
Yes, ma'am.
What about you, Mr. Lanza?
Yes.
Your only child?
Excuse me?
What?
He told me he had another son.
You have another child?
No, ma'am.
Did you ever tell you had another child?
I did.
Why?
I thought I had a child with the girl that pregnancy test never came back and said it was mine. So it wasn't, shouldn't have told her something like that because it wasn't relevant.
That's not what he told me.
This is all getting too unseemly for me. Mr. Lanza, you're 24 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
You've had maybe 1, possibly 2 out-of-wedlock children. That's enough.
He also told me that he was 27.
Well, he gets confused. In any event, you should have been smart enough to use some birth control so that we wouldn't be here involved. And who is this lady?
My mother.
How many children in your family?
There's 4 altogether.
Are you the oldest, the youngest, or in the middle?
In the middle.
All the other children live home?
No, ma'am.
You think your mother signed on to take care of a new baby?
No.
You live at home?
Yes, ma'am.
Look at it this way. It might keep you young. Then again, it might not.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You were pregnant, and you only had 1 car at the time.
No, that's not true.
Oh, yes, it is.
Okay, fine.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Monique Benavente says the father of her child, Carlos Lanza, owes for 2 truck payments she made on his behalf.
Now, in addition to making a mistake of having a child with him, you gave him 2 truck payments because he was behind in his truck payments, a truck that is in his mother's name. In your mother's name?
Yes, ma'am.
You're very polite. Did you ask her so politely when you needed the truck payments?
I got behind. The work was slow, and she was getting a check from her settlement from a car accident she was in a couple years ago, and it was our only vehicle that we had at the time.
That's
And
not true.
I was driving her everywhere, from San Jose to Modesto to her doctor appointments, shopping, all that stuff.
Where were you living?
Behind. Excuse me?
Where were you living?
San Jose.
With her?
Yes.
Just the 2 of you?
No, we were in a cousin's house.
Whose cousin?
My cousin.
And?
And after that, we moved in with my dad because I was working with him, general contractor. And, work was too slow. And she offered to help me pay the truck payments. That way we wouldn't lose the only vehicle that we had. She wasn't working at the time because her back and being pregnant, she couldn't be at a salon for 10 hours,
That's not true.
Don't interrupt him again. How long did you live together where you supported her?
Maybe 9 months.
How long did you live together when you were not working, Miss Benavente?
Around 9 months, off and on.
And he was supporting you?
No, ma'am. I worked, I did hair, and I paid some of our bills. I paid for a lot of our food, and I did support him in finding a job, paying his gas money that he would use for other things that I found out later.
And what did he pay for?
He paid for some of what I just said. He paid for some of the food, some of the Macy's
What
bills.
did you pay for, Mr. Lanza?
Actually, I got her the phone. It was a T-Mobile phone. I was paying the monthly payments. I bought her food, I bought her clothes, I bought her shoes. Anything she needed, I got it. When I was working in a contract, I would actually leave work.
Doesn't anybody pay rent?
Yeah, I was paying rent, of course.
Where were you paying the rent?
I was paying my cousin $500 a month.
Is that right?
No, we got kicked out of his cousins because he wasn't paying rent.
I did pay. The whole situation was that we were there for almost 4 months. On the 3rd month, I spoke to my cousin, look, man, my work has slowed down. I could give you $250 now and then $250 towards the end of the month. He said, well, you know what? I'm behind too. I just lost my job, so you're going to have to do something. I said, well, I don't want to owe you money. So I told him, you know what? We could just leave. I'll just go and...
I got it. Now, Ms. Benavente, why don't you tell me how it came about that you made these 2 truck payments? You were pregnant.
I was pregnant.
And you only had 1 car at the time.
No, that's not true.
Oh, yes, it is.
Okay, fine.
And you had 1 car at the time. And he was driving you to and from your medical appointments?
Sometimes.
Listen, unless you're stuck in his cousin's house or in his father's house, then wherever you had to go, somebody was taking you.
I was stuck there. My mom would pick me up. He would drop me off at my mom's house, and she would take me to my appointments. And sometimes he would meet us
So he would
there.
drop you off at your mother's house. I mean, at first you lied to me and said to me that you had 2 cars. Now you're telling me that he would drop you off at your mother's house so she could take you to the appointments. Let me hear about the 2 truck payments, Miss Benavente.
Okay, so he couldn't hold a job, and he asked me to borrow them. He agreed to pay me back, and I believed him.
No. Tell me what he said to you. Where were you? Where was he? Tell me about it.
We were at his dad's house, and he asked me, he said, look, I can't work unless I have a car. It's going to get repossessed. My mom's credit's going to get ruined. Can you please help me out? And he said, I promise I will pay you back when I get a job. When he got a job, he never paid me back.
Did you tell her you would pay her back?
No, ma'am. The whole thing about us living together means, I mean, I would think when you...
Don't tell me what you think.
Anyways.
Tell me what was said.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Go ahead.
Well, I told her, you know, I need these truck payments because I'm never going to lose the only vehicle. So she said, fine. We made the payments and everything was fine.
In what month did you make the payments?
It was either late December, early January.
And when did the 2 of you separate?
June.
In June?
Yes, ma'am.
Between January and June, did he pay for the truck?
He didn't pay me anything.
And you lived together?
Yes.
And it was after you separated that you sued him, is that right?
Yes, but I continuously asked him to please pay me back.
You were living together as a couple, madam, at the time that he made these 2 truck payments. He was paying rent, he was paying bills, and I assume that you were working marginally before your baby was born, if at all, at least in the last 3 months. Somebody had to support you. Somebody had to be paying the bills. That was not you, and it was not your mother. And I'm quick to note that you and the defendant were not living with your mother, but you were living with the defendant in his cousin's house or in his father's house. Put your hand down. You weren't there. And it doesn't make sense to me that living in that kind of situation, expecting a baby, and living as a couple, he would say to you, could you loan me this money and I will pay you back, when he was in fact supporting you. Your case is dismissed, that's all.
Parties are excused, you may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
They were arguing, and they started to get a little loud, so I tried to tell Stephen and Travis, you know, calm down.
He comes at me like this. I took it as a threat, and that's when I swung on him.
Number 374 on the calendar in the matter of Lagunas versus Wilson. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Miss Lagunas, you sold a car to the defendant.
Yes, April Wilson.
And it is your claim that you failed to make all of the payments on the car?
Yes.
Miss, I didn't ask you a question.
Okay.
Miss Wilson, is the car in your name?
No.
In whose name is the car?
Maggie's.
Miss Lagunas?
Yes.
Where is the car located?
I have it parked at a friend's house.
Where is my question?
In Hammond.
Give me the address.
Michigan Avenue.
And what's the friend's name?
Amy.
Amy what?
Zacharias.
How long has the car been there?
Since September.
What is it doing there since September?
Hiding it.
I'm not speaking to you.
I'm hiding it.
You're not hiding it anymore. What's
Right.
Miss Zacharias' phone number?
8122.
Have you driven the car since September?
No.
Is it in her garage?
Yes.
How much do you still owe the plaintiff on the car?
About $5,000.
Good. Is this Amy? Amy Zacharias, this is Judge Judy Scheindlin. How are you? Miss Zacharias, I have Miss Wilson here who tells me that you have a car parked in your garage that belongs to her. Is that correct? And how long has the car been parked there? Well, I want you to get as sure as you can because I'm sending a marshal over to pick up that car. Do you understand? Very good. The car does not belong to Miss Wilson. It belongs to someone else. And the marshal or the sheriff is going to come over and pick it up. I am advising you that if you move the car, I will advise the sheriff in your county that you have stolen property in your garage. Do you understand? Very good. Thank you very much. That's all.
Wow.
Yeah. You're going to go, listen to me very carefully. You're going to go outside and call the police department in your county. I've spoken to Miss Zacharias. The car is, in fact, in her garage. I have told her that the sheriff will be coming over to pick up the car. Then you're going to get your car back. Do you understand?
Yes.
Perfect. Now we're going to talk about the money that you've put into the car and how long you've had it. Do you understand?
Yes.
You can't keep property that you haven't paid for. Do I make myself clear?
I understand that.
Perfect.
But the agreement wasn't made like that.
I don't care what the agreement was. You just told me that you owe $5,000
I do,
on
but
the car.
there was also an agreement that stuff was going to get fixed. The title was to be put in my name.
Shut up. I don't want to hear. Don't interrupt her.
The title was to be put in my name with a lien on it. I could not do anything with this car. They consistently took the car from my house, followed me,
I don't want...
stalked
Listen
me.
to me. You interrupt her again, I'm throwing you out. Do you understand?
Yes.
Perfect. Now, if you complain and if you don't want this deal, then you return the car, but you don't get to keep the car
I
without
want
paying
the car.
for it.
I want the car.
That's too bad. At
We
this
had
point.
an agreement.
That's
and I
too...
put
Listen to me.
$4,000
Listen to me.
into it.
Listen to me. I'm going to get to the $4,000 you put into it, but you can't keep it for nothing. Do you understand?
Yes.
Perfect. So she's going to get the car, and now I'm going to figure out how much of your $4,000 you're going to get back. Do you understand, Miss Lagunas?
Yes.
It's your car. The title is in your name.
And that's right.
I have just told Miss Zachariah she is to release the car to the sheriff. She understands that she's going to be in serious trouble if she doesn't do that.
Okay.
The car is yours. It hasn't been paid for. You are repossessing that car.
Yes.
Period. End of discussion. You got it?
Yes.
Perfect. Now, how many months did you have this car?
Since April. Maybe the end of March, April.
April, May, June, July, August, September, October, October and a half. 7.5 months.
Yes.
And you have put how much into the car? $4,000
Yes.
in payments? The
And
car
not
was-
on top of everything I had to fix, which they did not do.
Listen to me. Do you have a contract in writing that indicates what they're supposed to fix?
It was all verbal.
Fine. So you've put in $4,000 in payments for the car.
Yes.
She was supposed to give me a down payment of $3,000, pay $200 every 2 weeks.
I don't care.
Okay.
You're getting your car back.
That's right.
But she's getting something. I mean, she used this car for 7 months. She's not going to use it for 7 months without paying for it. If you rented a car for 7 months for $300 a month is $2,100. So you deduct, let's say she paid $4,000 into the car.
But she didn't pay $4,000. It was $3,850.
Fine. You have proof that you paid her $4,000?
No, it was a rough estimate.
Oh, well, rough estimate. She said $3,850?
That's correct.
Minus $2,100 equals 0, 5, 7, $1,750. Does that sound reasonable?
Yes.
Perfect.
So I'm out of a car now?
Yes,
Out of
car
the
you
money-
didn't pay for.
Well, why did I pay $4,000 now to lose
Just
a
a
car?
second. You didn't pay $4,000
Well,
for a car.
$38.50.
What you paid for was the equivalent of a car rental for $300 of a very nice
I
Ford
paid for a
Expedition.
car.
You didn't pay for it.
I have my
Make
witness-
believe it's a bank. When was the last time you made a payment?
August.
That's too bad. You're out of
But
luck.
they didn't go
The
with
car
their
is just-
agreement.
The car is
They
just
didn't go with their agreement.
repossessed. Listen to me. The car is now repossessed. They are going to take the car because you can't drive around
I
with somebody's
paid up
property
to
yourself.
August.
To June.
Just a second. Look at me.
We had an agreement, and this is my truck that I would have paid for if they would have went with their agreement. I paid up
You
until
was not
August.
paying your payments.
They didn't
Miss
put the
Lagunas,
title in my
Miss
name.
Lagunas, listen to me.
Yes.
She secreted the car,
I know.
and she did not pay for it for 3 months. You are repossessing the car. She doesn't like it. It's tough. She didn't make the payments. She hid the car so that you couldn't repossess it.
They were following me, putting my kids in danger, harassing
No, Your
my
Honor, I have the
job.
911
Miss
tape.
Lagunas, I don't want to hear you unless I ask you a question. Do
Okay.
you understand?
Yes.
Otherwise, you're out of here without your truck, period. Do you understand?
Yes.
I'm not going to tell you again. Maybe if you dressed and covered your shoulders when you came to court, you would understand what court decorum is. Otherwise, be quiet unless I speak to you.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I'm treating it as if you rented her car. A bank would not do that for you.
bank?
Listen to me.
But-
Just be quiet.
And later today,
You have no relation to this case whatsoever. Zero. You have nothing to do with this case. Do we understand each other?
Yes.
Perfect.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Margaret Lagunas claims former friend April Wilson owes for an SUV that she is currently hiding from her. April is countersuing for harassment,
claiming Margaret endangered the lives of her and her children.
Now, go buy yourself a new car. You're getting $1,000. You're getting
$38.50 into it, plus the stuff I fixed.
Miss Wilson, I'm not going to bother with you anymore. You used her property, and you're getting back $1,750. I'm treating it as if you rented her car. A bank would not do that for you. Do you understand that? Listen to me. A bank would not do that for you. But just be quiet. You didn't pay for it. It's being repossessed. You're getting back $1,750. Use it as a down payment for another car. Do you understand?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you very much. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I put all this money into the car to now not have a car.
This is just the kind of person she is. She's done it to many other people.
And I get $1,750. Who's gonna buy a car for $1,750?
It's been a game since we gave it to her.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Squire versus Sarah Serro. Step forward, please.
Maureen Squire is suing her son, 19-year-old Matthew Sarasaro, for legal fees resulting from an ongoing court battle. Matthew says his mom won't let him see his 12-year-old sister.
All right, Miss Squire, you and your husband were divorced. You had 4 children. This is one of your children.
Yes, ma'am.
Oldest, youngest, in the middle?
Oldest.
And when you separated, which was in what year?
December of 2000.
When you separated, the children stayed with your husband, is that correct?
Yes, they did.
And they remained with your husband until 2005, when you pursued custody of one of your children, your daughter. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
And how old is that child?
She's 13.
And in 2005, she came to live with you.
Yes, she did.
Your first name is?
Matthew.
Matthew remained with his father?
Yes, ma'am.
And his other 2 siblings?
Marshall and Michael.
When Matthew turned 18, which must have been just recently, Matthew decided he wanted to pursue visitation with his sister. How long had it been since you saw your sister?
It'd been a year.
1 year?
1 year.
Had you tried to see her before that?
I had tried to email her. I had tried to call her.
How far do you live from your mother?
I really don't know where my mom lives, but I'd have to say more than a half an hour.
So you went to court to try to get visitation with your sister?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you try calling your mother?
I did.
What happened?
There's a call wave block on the phone, so every time you call, you have to give your name. There was a few times that I had called, and my mom would have been listening on the phone calls, so I did not feel that it was appropriate that she would listen on the phone calls between me and my sister. I didn't think that was needed.
Okay, so you went to court?
Yes, ma'am.
This is your lawsuit, Miss Squire. Your lawsuit says that your son abused the court process by taking you to court, and he did several things which, according to you, prolonged the litigation. And then ultimately, when the matter was set for trial, he didn't appear.
Yes, that's true.
So you want him to pay you for damages and pain and suffering and whatever. You say first he went to court, which he has an absolute right to do. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
So A, he has a right to seek visitation with his sister. He should be seeing his sister. But if he's not, he wants a judge to say this is when you can see her. So he went to court. That's not an abusive process. We agree on that?
Yes.
What county do you live in?
Dutchess County.
And what county do you live in?
Dutchess County, ma'am.
According to your mother, you tried to get the matter transferred from one county to another.
No, ma'am. I had filed the paperwork, which I have here in Dutchess County. The reason that it might move to another county, which was Orange County, is because my father is cousins with a family court judge in Dutchess County. All the judges in Dutchess County recused themselves, and the case got moved to Orange County. I had asked the county clerk if we could have it heard in Dutchess County because it provided an inconvenience for me to drive 40 minutes from my household and
to
40 minutes
Orange
back.
County, and they said no.
They said no.
Now do you understand? One of the bases for your complaint that he abused you by abusing the court process, which you articulate here, is you say he tried to get the court county changed, but the judge denied that.
We went to court twice in front of Judge Reitz, and that is when Judge Reitz decided to let Judge Horowitz in Orange County handle the case.
Listen to me. First of all, you should both know that I know Judge Reitz. I don't think that makes any difference because I wouldn't do a favor for my grandmother if she was standing in front of me. What I'm trying to understand is the two of you live in Dutchess County.
Yes, ma'am.
You both wanted the case heard in Dutchess County. He wouldn't want it heard in another county. I assume you wouldn't want it heard in another county.
No, I am satisfied that it's being heard in Orange County with Judge Horowitz because Judge Horowitz has been the judge on our case for the past 4 years.
Your Honor.
Just a second. Put your hand down. Don't speak. Who are you?
The husband.
You have no relation to this case whatsoever. Zero. You're not the father of these 4 children?
No, ma'am.
You never stood in place of a father to him? You have nothing to do with this case. Do we understand each other?
Yes.
Perfect.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You got to grow up, not him. You created this situation with his father.
No, I
You
didn't.
did. Oh, madam, there isn't a question in my mind that you created this situation because they're children.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Maureen Squire says her son, 19-year-old Matthew Sarasaro, owes for legal fees resulting from an ongoing lawsuit. Matthew says his mom refuses to let him see his 12-year-old sister.
Now, the next complaint that you have, Miss Squire, he also requested a public defender.
Yes.
Perfect. I would too if I were 18 years old and not familiar with the court process. I would too like to have a lawyer help to represent me. And if I didn't have money, I would ask the court to assign a lawyer to represent me. Why is that abusing the process?
He claimed to be a full-time student at the time of this court proceeding,
Who
and
cares
I have
if he was a full-time student or not? He was 18 years old.
Well, that was his claim, that he was a full-time student.
I
and
don't
he
care if he
needed-
was a full-time student or a dropout. He was 18 years old. He should definitely have a lawyer to help represent him. I don't know whether you had a lawyer or not, but you're older and supposedly wiser. If he wanted the court to assign an attorney to him, that's his absolute right. And as far as I was concerned, if I were the family court judge sitting on that case, I would have assigned the panel attorney to represent him and charged the county.
Which was assigned to him, Your Honor. But
Perfect.
The issue is that he claimed to be a full-time student, and he was not. He withdrew from college.
So what? What was he doing?
I don't know.
Did he have money for a lawyer?
I don't know.
Did you have money for a lawyer?
Yes, I did.
Did you hire a lawyer?
I have the same attorney for the past 6 years.
Absolutely wonderful. He's 18. You're lucky you're not supporting him.
I was supporting him.
You're lucky you're
Your
not
Honor,
now.
She never said child support.
Okay, then the next thing that you complain about, Ms. Squire, is that my attorney suggested at our May court date, all of these dates he appeared in, by the way, is that correct?
Up until June 15th.
Just listen to me. I said so far, all of these dates he appeared in.
Yes.
Then in May, your attorney, who you've had for
6 years.
6 years. Did you have an attorney in May?
Oh, ma'am, I've never had an attorney.
Just answer. Your lawyer spoke to him, and I assume the judge's court clerk and the judge, because I know the way that things go, and your attorney suggested, according to your complaint, at our May court date, because the matter was adjourned to May, that he could have supervised visitation with my daughter, provided her counselor was present. Matthew refused this solution.
Yes, he did.
Which is his absolute right. Just because your lawyer suggested it to him doesn't mean he has to agree. Just because your lawyer says, listen, I have a solution. You can see your sister as long as it's supervised by her counselor. He says, I don't want that. I want to go to trial. He's entitled to do that. So I'm crossing that out. My attorney suggested we have supervised visits, and Matthew refused this solution. So a trial date was set in June. When the trial date rolled around, I hired an expert witness and, of course, had my attorney, who you've had for 6 years, not with regard to a case involving him.
Yes.
He could not have had a case with you 6 years ago, madam. 6 years ago, he was 12.
He was also a part of a custody agreement with my ex-husband.
If you had to listen to me, Miss Squire, you had a lawyer with regard to a case involving your ex-husband.
And my children also had a law
He was
guardian.
not a party to that proceeding 6 years ago.
Okay.
But when that June date came around, Matthew did not show up.
No, he did not.
And that's what you're complaining about. And that's what you think shows an abusive process.
Yes, I do.
It doesn't.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Are you in a family dispute? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Listen, you have no case, Miss Squire.
I have transcripts
You have
of the court.
Listen to me. You have no case. Your son did not abuse the process of the court. Your son asked for only things that were reasonable, that anybody would have asked for in his circumstance.
And he never once called me to ask to speak to his sister, to see his sister. We live 7 miles apart.
Miss Squire, if you were served with these papers, then you're the mother. You're the mother who left her children.
I didn't leave my children.
Yes,
I left
you did.
my husband.
7 years ago.
I left
you
my husband.
left your children with your husband 7 years ago. And as far as I'm concerned, the mother would have picked up the phone and called and said, Matt, you want to see your sister, sweetheart? See her. Come over and see her. I'll meet you at McDonald's. Her
That's not
stepfather
the way
will bring
Matthew
her.
wanted it. Matthew wanted to take her on his own and fill her head with stories about her father and the situation between us.
Listen, Miss Squire, that's your problem. That's in your head. That's why your son doesn't talk to you. That's not his problem. You're the grown-up. You got to grow up, not him. He's 18. You created this situation with his father.
No, I
You
didn't.
did. Oh, madam, There isn't a question in my mind that you created the situation because they're children. So the two adults who brought them into the world created the situation. You're supposed to fix it,
And the adult
not make
they
it
were
worse by
living
suing
with
him.
filled their
Madam,
head with-
your case is dismissed. It's nonsense.
The matter of Andrews versus Lechner. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats.
Mr. Andrews, you, for a brief period of time, dated the defendant, and I gather from your papers lived in her home. Is that right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
She has 2 young children.
That's
How old are her children?
Actually, she has 4 young children. The 2 that lives with her are a 6-year-old named Sean and a 4-year-old named Christopher.
All right. When did you move into her house?
Right around the 12th of November.
Of last year?
Of last year.
Let me look at your claim very carefully, sir, because you claim 2 injuries to your car.
That's correct.
You say that in November, 2 of her children caused some damage to your car. So that was shortly after you moved in.
That's correct.
All right, tell me about what happened. One of them jumped off a roof and ended on the hood of your car, and then the other one threw a pebble and broke a light. Is that right?
Sean,
Is that right? Is that about right?
Well, one was a deck. It was about waist high to me.
Just one of them jumped on the hood of your car.
Yes, that was Christopher.
And the next time something happened to your car, one of the kids was throwing some pebbles and
broke both my low beam and high beam on my headlights.
the glass.
Yes.
Cost you $40-some-odd to fix that. Is that right? Okay. Now, did you continue to live with the defendant?
Yes, I did.
What did you say to her about this damage
I
to the car?
told her about it, and she goes, well, my next payday, you'll get your little headlights fixed. When I confront her about the hood, she goes, well, Steve, why don't you just sue me?
Okay. And you didn't, just a second, and you didn't sue her?
No, I didn't. Not at that time, because I was still dating her.
Right. You were still dating her, living in her house, sleeping in her bed, right?
Sleeping on the couch, mostly.
Well, that's your problem. Shh, please. That's your problem. But living with her. Living with her. So I'm not interested in the damage that her kids did to your car, sir. It's irrelevant. You were living there if you felt as if the children were beyond control. What you would have done is you would have packed up and gone back to your mother's house, which you did subsequently, but much later. Now, you decided to move out on what date?
I have it here. It was January 12th of 2002.
Oh, okay. So you stayed a couple of months.
Correct.
And on that evening, you had some sort of an altercation with the defendant in which you claimed that she damaged your car. So that you can tell me about.
Okay. I had went and moved back in with my mom. Charlene had come to my mom's place saying that she wanted to talk to me. When I went and go to the door, my mom went to the door, ordered her off the property. She went, started her car, kept inching her car back into my car, hitting the front of my car, setting off my car alarm. And then she sped out of the place where we live, which is a 5-mile-an-hour zone, doing about 45, 50 miles an hour. Then, when I went out to shut off my alarm, my car was still shaking from her backing into it.
And you say that she did some damage to your car.
Yes, she did. I have an estimate right here.
Well, I'd like to see the photographs and the estimate.
I don't have photographs because I do not own a camera. This is an estimate right here.
You own a car, but you don't have a camera that you can put your hands on? You don't have $7 to go buy a disposable camera?
At the time, I just started my job and I hadn't received my first paycheck.
Then you borrow it from your mother if you plan on suing her for the damage to your car. I mean, I have to see some photographs. How do I know what this is all about? This says hood panel. I'm not interested in what the kids did to your car, sir. You stayed. That was your choice. And but for the fact that you decided to separate, you would never have brought up the incident with the 2 children. So I have no idea what the damage you attribute to her is. Do you?
The front valance, since it's a fiberglass car, was misaligned. It cracked the lower air dam or spoiler.
Lower deflector?
That would be the front valance.
How much does that cost?
Was $221.50 for the air dam itself.
Why did you hit his car? Were you just angry?
I didn't hit his car, Your Honor. I have the proof right here.
Let me
Pictures,
see.
everything. Also, I did take my car to get inspected through Geico, his insurance.
Well, according to this, and this is done by Geico Direct, it says, I do not see any signs of damage that would indicate that this vehicle backed into another vehicle causing any damage. No paint transfer on the bumper. Bumper had not been washed. Geico said that they found no evidence. That the car was damaged, sir. Okay, now let's deal with your counterclaim. You say that the plaintiff called Child Protective Services
Yes,
with regard to your children. Did you do that, Mr. Andrews?
Yes, I did.
When did you do it?
2 days after I left.
Tell me why.
I had witnessed her. She was sleeping on the love seat. Her kids were watching TV, and I guess one of them had changed the channel from one cartoon to another. And so the 4-year-old started making noise, and she grabbed him by the throat, picked him up, and threw him on the ground and said, "Shut the F up."
When did she do that, sir?
The day before, like the Friday I had left, or the Friday before I left. And then when the 6-year-old started crying about it, she picked up an ashtray, threw it at him, hitting him in the head, saying, "You shut up too, you little bee."
Is that what precipitated your leaving?
That was part of it. There was a lot of
What do you
stuff
mean
leading
part
up
of
to it.
What did you say to her when she did that to the children?
I looked at her and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And she goes, "They're my kids. You're going to tell me how to raise my kids?"
Is that the first time that you had seen her do anything to her children?
Yes. I'm not the first person to call CPS on her. Her mother had called it in the past, and she had her kids put in foster care because of it, though.
All 4 of her children, or just 2 of them?
Just 2 of them, because 2 of them live with their biological father.
How old are those 2 children?
I believe 11 and 9.
Is that correct?
No.
How old are
My
your other
daughter's
2
8,
children?
And my son's 11.
And they live with their father?
Yes.
How come?
He went to court and did not notify me and got custody.
They live with their father. That's
Yeah.
not true. That's not true. You have to tell the whole story. I mean, I was in family
I
court
am.
for a long time. No.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Stephen Andrews says his ex-girlfriend Charlene Lechner owes for damages she and her children caused to his car. Charlene says Stephen told Child Protective Services that she physically threatened her kids.
If somebody goes to court and doesn't notify you and you find out, you wake up one day and you look around the bedroom and you say, aha, 2 of my children are missing. What happened to them? Then you go back to court and you say, listen, I wasn't notified of this hearing.
I didn't get notified until they got picked up, Your Honor.
So they got picked up where?
With the police and him waiting for him.
There's a lot more to that story, madam. How long have the children been with their father?
For about 2 years.
Do you visit with them?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you have visitation rights?
Yes.
Good, so you knew enough to go to court to get visitation rights, and
Yes.
the court gave you visitation, but the court did not give you custody.
Not yet, Your Honor. I'm still fighting.
Not yet. That's not going to happen. Yeah, these 2 other children are 2 other children from a different relationship or the same relationship?
Different.
Have any of your children ever been in foster care?
Yes.
Which children have been in foster care?
All 4 of them.
For how long?
For about 1.5 years, 2 years.
Mr. Andrews just described an incident that he says he witnessed in your home. Did that happen?
No.
Anything like it?
No.
Did you ever have a substance abuse problem?
No.
I'm not going to be able to determine, Ms. Lechner, whether Mr. Andrews made this call maliciously. He says he did. Do you have any proof that he made this call maliciously?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see it.
I've got the CPS worker's card, the one that came out to do the investigation. And he had taken my boys separately and talked with them. And I guess Mr. Andrews had told him that they're scared of me. They said no, they're scared of him. And they started talking about incidents when I was absent, I was at work. And they told him about incidents that Mr. Andrews had done to them.
Were you notified before CPS was coming out to conduct the investigation?
No, I wasn't.
You mean they made a surprise visit?
Yes.
When they made a surprise visit, that they take the children independently?
Yes.
Out?
Yes.
Okay, and you had no indication that they were coming at all?
No, ma'am.
And are you telling me that you have any proof? Don't give me the card. Do you have any proof that they closed the case?
The case was never opened. They just investigated the report that he had called in. And it was closed out.
What reason do you think Mr. Andrews would have for calling Child Protective Services?
Because during the times that we were together, he knew my children were very important to me. I mean, I'm working 2 jobs to support him, and I'm a single parent. So, and he knows that my children are my life. You know, I revolve around my children. What's best for them?
That doesn't answer the question, madam. You could do a lot of things to get
He
back
wanted
at
revenge.
For what?
I have no clue why.
I don't know either, but I'm not prepared to say at this point that he did not see at least a version of what he indicates that he saw. Now, I don't know why he waited 2 days to call Child Protective Services. Evidently, it didn't impact you enough to call immediately, sir.
I didn't want to call from her residence.
So, you go outside to your mother's house and you call 5 minutes later, not days later. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So what she's saying is, you sat back and you said to yourself, she came to my house, maybe she touched my car, I'm going to call and report what I saw, or a version of what I saw. But I believe something happened with your children. I'm not sure it was as bad as what he suggests, but I believe something happened with your children. In any event, your children have been in foster care once. Your children were in foster care once because of court proceedings, so you're not a stranger to that proceeding. I am not prepared to find that he made this call maliciously, so I'm dismissing your counterclaim. But I'm also dismissing your claim, sir, because I find no evidence based upon your proof of anything that she did to your car. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Nothing happened to my children. I would not lay a hand on him.
I have better things to do than to beat up on little children.
He had put poop on my kid's face.
I'm above stuff like that.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Edwards versus Garcia, step forward, please.
31-year-old university administrator Delilah Edwards is suing 33-year-old sales rep Tracy Garcia for a bounced check. Tracy says the check in question isn't from her.
Miss Edwards, according to your complaint, you're involved with some sort of a cheerleading squad that's attached to a football league.
Yes.
And the defendant said that she would collect some money for the cheerleaders' banquet. And she did, and she said she raised $75. And she gave you a check for the $75.
Correct.
You put the check into your account, and the check bounced. You want her to pay triple damages for the fact that the check bounced and it threw your account out of whack, and you had certain fees and charges, et cetera, et cetera. Defendant says it was her ex-husband's check. She didn't know that the account had been closed, and whatever it was, she made up the money by giving cash to the football league. But we really hear about this check. Now, who has the check for me to look at?
I do.
Can I see it, please? So she did not sign this check.
No, that's what the bank is telling me. I spoke to the customer
No,
service.
she did not sign this check. It's clear that this is signed by someone by the name of Joseph.
Correct.
So she gave you Joseph's check for $75.
Correct.
You deposited Joseph's check into your bank, and Joseph's check bounced.
Yes, it came back actually unable to locate account, which means the account has been closed for more than 6 months.
And when did she give you this check? On what date?
December 6th, the evening of the banquet. I was in contact.
On December 6th, she
Yes.
gave it to you?
Yes.
Well, it's dated December 8th.
I see.
Check is dated. How did you come into possession of this check, Ms. Garcia?
My ex-husband gave that check to me to give to them.
To give to them. Why would your ex-husband give you a check to give to them?
Because when I had originally received the sponsorship money, it was in a check and it was made out to me. When I asked them what I should do with that, they told me to go ahead and cash it, and then I would give them the money. So the night of the banquet, my children were home with the chicken pox, and I didn't have time to go to the bank, so I told my ex-husband if he could give me a check and I would give him the money.
Where is he? How did you get in touch with your ex-husband?
Well, we still stay in contact, and he was at home. I went down to his home. He gave me the check, and I told him on Monday I would give him the money to cover the check. And he agreed upon that. Well, I had no idea that this account was closed.
Did you explain that to the plaintiff?
I haven't even spoken to her. They could have gotten in touch with me several times.
Your Honor, we left several messages before it came to this. We called relentlessly. We left messages at home. I started by calling and saying, you know, hey, Tracy, I still have trophies I need to get to the girls. Could you please call me so I can get their phone numbers and get in contact with the girls? When I made the first phone call, I already knew about the check, and I left no message regarding the check in hopes that she would call me back and I could get her on the phone and say, you know, hey, Trace, this check came back. Can we work this out? You know, if you'll just pay me the amount of the check back, we would have been happy. We got no return phone call from her at all.
All right, now we have a bad check. She doesn't get treble damages. This is not your check that was drawn by you on your bank. This was your husband's check. I cannot impugn to you knowledge that the account was closed because he gave you this check. All right? But out of curiosity, what did you do with the $75 that you had in fact collected?
It was turned into the board where the money should have originally gone. This money is supposed to be funneled through the board. It's not to be deposited into anybody's personal account.
Okay, Your Honor. I received from the restaurant owner that donated the money to her in the amount of $75. I have a copy of the carbon from the check that he actually made it out to the Redlands Football Organization. However, Tracy deposited that check in her personal account, so she altered the check as well.
I do not have a personal account to even deposit anything into. I do not have a checking account or
Well, then
a
I'd like to
savings
know how
account.
this check got cashed, and I have a letter from the restaurant owner as well.
Well, did you check with the board and find out whether she
We've
had
left messages for the board.
Shh. Did you check with the board to find out whether she had, in fact, deposited the $75 with the board?
No, I didn't. I actually called the board because they owe us money still.
Oh, okay. Do you have something from the board?
Right. I have a
indicating-
statement from the board.
Can I see it, please?
Both Edward and Delilah have been removed from the Redlands Football Board.
Just 1 second. I see a deposit made in the amount of $75 in cash to Community Bank, and that was on February the 12th.
Conveniently.
You didn't make the deposit to
No,
them
I
until
didn't.
February.
I didn't make that deposit. I gave them cash. That was the deposit showing that
They made the deposit.
They made the deposit.
Okay. In any event, the board has indicated that they have, in fact, received from Ms. Garcia the $75. You can read this if you like. That's the most important thing, that they have received it. There's a lot of other stuff there that I'm...
Right. The reason that money came to us was because we had put out of pocket a large sum of money for the banquet. We did get some money from the board. We also are still owed money from the board. So in fact, that money is money still out of our pocket that Tracy handed us a fraudulent check.
Ms. Edwards, she did not give you knowingly a fraudulent check. I want you to stop for a second.
Okay.
There is no proof, and you do not have any proof, that she knew at the time she gave you this check that this was a closed account.
I spoke to Bank of America, whom the check is drawn on, and they provided me with some additional information regarding the check. They can verify that that account has been closed since March 10th of 1998, and the signature does not match the signature they have on file for Mr.
Whatever. You cannot establish that she knowingly gave you a bad check. This was clearly not a joint account. It was in his name only. His name only. So that being the case, and if the money is supposed to go to some charitable organization, she collected $75. She turned that money over to the board. I'm sorry if the board still owes you more money, but she doesn't owe you anything. Case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may yes, case number 162 on the calendar in the matter of LaPearl versus Morgan. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Have a seat, please.
Miss LaPearl, you rented an apartment to Miss Morgan. She was your tenant for a little over a year.
Yes.
According to your complaint, she gave you a 30-day notice. She moved out, and you want her to pay for all of your expenses that you incurred in finding a new tenant, and also damages to the apartment that you claim that she did before she moved out, and rent. Miss Morgan says that she gave you 30 days notice, that she left the apartment in fine condition, and she is counterclaiming because she says you filed charges against her for either burglary or trespass, and they were false charges. You never appeared at the hearing when she was forced to appear. I think she had to come back from Europe in order to appear, and she wants you to pay her expenses. Now, when you first rented to her, did you have her sign a lease?
Yes.
Do you have a copy of that lease?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see it. What kind of premises is this, Miss LaPearl?
It's a two-family house.
Okay. Who printed up this lease?
This is a pre-made lease.
Well, somebody typed in these things.
I have a secretary that does that for me.
Okay.
And in the back it says...
Just a second. All right. She signed this lease on...
October 1st.
October 1st, 2003, and the lease was for 12 months.
No, the first time it was 10 months. It was from October till the end of July.
Okay,
of
10 months.
2004, yes.
10 months. And then you typed in, or your secretary typed in,
yes,
this lease will automatically be renewed for an additional 12 months unless you notify each other 30 days. That's illegal. You can't do that. You can't do that. I know you would like to do that, but you can't do that. At the end of the lease, if you don't choose to renew it, the tenant becomes a month-to-month tenant.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I hear
Good.
what you're saying.
Perfect. Now, when did she move in?
October 1st of 2003.
And she lived there for how long?
She lived there from October 2003 until March of 2005.
Had she paid her rent on time?
Yes, she did.
Had you ever had occasion to try to have her evicted for any reason?
No.
What happened in March of 2005?
I was in Israel visiting my mom, and when on my return, I found out that Miss Morgan entered my house without permission, without anybody being in there, opened the porch door, proceeded to the kitchen to leave a letter in my house, which my daughter found out. This is my daughter.
What did the letter say?
The letter basically said that she's giving me 30 days notice.
Okay. Step up. Your last name is?
LaPearl.
How old are you?
18.
Were you at home when your mother was in Israel?
I was not. I was also away. I was in Mexico.
Who was home?
Well, the thing that happened was that I was supposed to come home the day before, but due to a snowstorm, I couldn't come home. And my dog needed to be feeded. So I called my neighbor and asked her to unlock the house.
Who's the neighbor?
My friend Sarah.
So your friend Sarah was telephoned on what day?
On February 28th.
Well, who was taking care of your dog while you were in Mexico?
My brother, but he had to work that day, and it was an unplanned.
When did you get home?
I arrived home that same day that I'd asked my neighbor to come and feed my dog.
Okay. Now, what did you find, Miss LaPearl, when you came home? Something on the table?
Yes.
What did you find on the table?
I found a letter addressed to my mother.
Everything else was in place?
It seemed that way, Your Honor.
Now, when you found this letter, did you open it?
Yes.
And what did the letter say?
It was a letter from Miss Morgan saying that she had left 30 days' notice and that she had stopped by and left this letter in our home.
It said she stopped by and left a letter in your home? Is that what the letter said? Give me see the letter.
No, that's not what the letter said.
Then I'll see the letter. No, of course it didn't say she stopped by and left a letter in your home. This letter is dated February 28th, 2005, and it says, Sierra, this is to notify you that I will be returning to you the keys of the house at 22 Bright Street, first floor, on the 31st of March. Thank you, Laura Morgan. I am bringing this letter in person to you just to make sure you get it on time on the 28th of February. And it's signed you. Okay. Now, Miss Morgan, when you got to the house on February 28th, there was no one home?
Your Honor, there was no one home.
Okay, so what did you do?
I didn't leave it on the table. I opened the porch, and there was a dog.
Is it an enclosed porch?
Yes, it is an enclosed porch.
I see.
And there was a dog there. So I very be careful because I didn't want the dog to get into the house. And I just slide my hand, and I put the letter right on the side, on the chair. I didn't put a feet in the house.
I don't care whether you did or whether you didn't.
Oh, I just put the
Listen to me. Yes. I don't care whether you did or whether you didn't. So you put the letter inside the house.
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
So now you've got your 30 days notice, Miss LaPearl.
Yes.
You're not entitled to any more than that. She's a month-to-month tenant. I don't care what you put in the lease. It's illegal. So what are you suing her for?
First, I was suing her for 1 month rent.
She gave you 30 days notice.
You know, Your Honor, she was the one that said, well, you know, I like this lease because it's automatically renews, and she liked that.
Good. Fine.
Well,
she gave you 30 days notice. Get over it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You're full of baloney. It was vindictive. You were not violated in any way. Put your hand down. Outrageous. You are an outrageous lady.
And later today.
Where is there anything sharp here, sir?
The rope. I was carrying it, and she grabbed it from its legs to grab me
she
inside.
was pulling it back.
Oh, my God. How ridiculous.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Leora LaPearl claims former tenant Laura Morgan owes for breaking a lease, damaging her apartment, and leaving behind trash. Laura is countersuing for a false police report.
Keep going.
Miss Morgan was smoking in the apartment. The apartment smelled like an ashtray. I have witnesses. My daughter was there to help me clean it. For 1 month, I was trying to get the smell out of the place, and I couldn't. It took us 3 times to shampoo the rugs and clean the walls to get rid of the smell. Beside that, I'm suing for stealing things from the basement. I had whole sets of garden tools. I had dishes in there, trays.
What makes you think that Miss Morgan took those things?
I have little incidents with this woman that make me feel like she's a totally dishonest person, you know.
Oh, stop it.
Okay.
Stop it.
I didn't see
Do you
it.
have any proof that she took anything from your house?
No.
All right.
No, but I have proof to show that she left trash in the basement.
All right, let me see your proof that she left trash in the basement.
When she moved from France, she had boxes and boxes and boxes of things that she brought, and all of it was in the basement. You know, she was doing some kind of artwork. She had some sculptures.
Okay, so you had to either do or get somebody to remove these boxes.
Yes.
All right, so that's what you're talking about, the boxes.
The boxes and the trash. She left there empty bottles, plastic bottles, whatever.
So you had to get somebody,
Yes.
or you did yourself, get the bottles and the boxes out of the basement.
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay,
I
good.
did
And
bring
how much
them.
did that cost you?
$300.
Let me see the bill.
It's also for dumping fee.
When did you move out?
I moved out. It was on the 31st of March.
31st of March. This purported bill, which I question,
Yes.
is dated June 7th.
Yes.
You mean you let the stuff stay there until June?
Yes.
I don't believe you, Miss LaPearl. I don't know what you have a bee in your bonnet about. I want to know when you call. She has a counterclaim. And her counterclaim is that you filed these charges against her, which caused her to have, at least for the moment, a criminal record of trespass. I assume that you filed trespass. You have a police report that you filed? I'd like to see it.
Yes, I did. I think this is the one. We were to appear in court on the...
I didn't ask you a question yet. When did you file this complaint? When did you return from...
As soon as I found out about it. And I didn't find it right away because...
Just a second.
Okay.
When did you return from Israel?
I think it was March that I returned, the beginning of March.
When did you have a conversation with your mother about this letter?
When she returned from Israel.
Okay, so she returned shortly thereafter from Israel?
Yes.
And tell me about the conversation that you had with your mother when you gave her the letter.
I just told her that when I came home that the letter was inside of the house, and I...
Did you tell her where you found it in the house?
Yes, Your Honor.
Where did you tell her you found it in the house?
I found it on the kitchen table.
Now, who had you spoken to about the letter prior to telling your mother?
Nobody, Your Honor.
You spoke to nobody about the letter. Just listen to me very carefully. You spoke to nobody about the letter prior to telling your mother that you found it on the table. Is that what you're telling me?
I believe so, Your Honor.
That's what you're telling me.
Yes.
Now, after you had this conversation with your daughter,
Yes.
did you discuss the letter with anyone?
Yes, I did.
Who?
Miss Morgan's friend, Rosa, the lady that brought her into the house, drove her into the house.
Just a second. Nobody could drive a car into your house.
Into the driveway, obviously.
Did you have a conversation with anyone else?
Not that I remember.
Then you went to the police and filed a criminal complaint.
Yes. A breaking of an entrance. Somebody violating my rights, breaking into my house, yes.
Listen to me very carefully.
Yes.
Maybe it was the neighbor who found the letter and put it on the kitchen table, who was there to feed your dog. Maybe it was your son who found the letter, who was feeding the dog on a regular basis while your daughter was in Mexico, who found the letter on the chair and put it on the kitchen table. You did not speak to either of the two people who had permission and authority to be in your house that day, who could very well have picked up this letter from where she says she left it and put it on the kitchen table. You didn't speak to those people. What you chose to do, despite the fact that you found, Miss LaPearl, nothing untoward in your house, nothing, that your daughter found nothing untoward in your house. The only thing she found was this letter,
Yes.
giving you 30 days notice on February 28th because you were in Israel, your daughter was in Mexico, and she was trying to do the right thing. You went and you had a tenant who lived there for a very long time that you had no trouble with, according to you. You decided to go and file a criminal complaint against her.
I felt totally violated.
Oh,
Somebody
how did you
entering
feel
my
Did you
house.
feel violated when your daughter said, listen to me, you're full of baloney.
No,
Did
no,
you
no.
feel violated when your daughter told you that she had another stranger come into your house to feed your dog? Is not an answer. I want to tell you something, madam.
Yes.
You're full of baloney. You filed this complaint in the criminal courthouse April 4th. That's the date stamped on the criminal court complaint, which was 1 month later, after you came home. 1 month. And all it says in this criminal complaint was, if I can read it, breaking and entering.
Entering into my house.
I want to tell you something. You're responsible for whatever damages she incurred as a result of your filing this ridiculous complaint. It was vindictive. You were not violated in any way. And it's in all probability somebody who had permission to be in your house picked up the letter and put it on the kitchen table. Huh. Put your hand down. Outrageous. You are an outrageous lady. Judgment for the defendant on the counterclaim in the amount of $1,000. Your claim is dismissed. That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are
Thank
excused.
you.
You may step out.
Thank you. I'm very thankful to Judge Judy.
I'm happy to get rid of her, so it's fine.
Miss Morgan had actually admitted to actually entering our house.
Her telling me that I broke an entry when I just gave her a month's notice is totally unfair and ridiculous.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Hamuda versus Wilson. Step forward, please.
28-year-old Mohammed Hamuda is suing his former roommate, Susan Wilson, for a security deposit and an assault. Mohammed says Susan scratched his arm with a monkey puppet.
Mr. Hamuda, you rented a room from Miss Wilson and you were a tenant of hers for approximately a year. Is that right?
That's right.
According to your complaint, on the day that you moved out, there was an altercation with Miss Wilson, and she caused you to injure yourself with this puppet, I gather. And in addition, she refuses to return your security deposit of $200. So you are suing her for both the injury that you sustained as well as the security deposit. Miss Wilson says there was never an assault. You were a terrible tenant. You left the place in a mess. And since you left the place in a mess, you're not entitled to your security deposit. Why didn't he get his security deposit back?
He took the blinds off. He threw them away. I took them, put them in the closet, waited for him to move out to show him the blinds were...
Show me pictures of the apartment.
I have a videotape, but he took pictures of the blinds.
I want to see a videotape that you have of the apartment to show me why he shouldn't get his security deposit back.
It's back there.
Let's get it. What word didn't we understand? Are you telling me that the videotape that you have demonstrates the condition of the apartment when he left, that it was a mess?
Yes.
How much did you pay to clean it?
About $90.
Show me the bill.
I don't have a bill.
Who cleaned it?
I did.
Miss Wilson, I don't need the videotape. You're irritating me. He's entitled to get his security deposit back. If you had to pay somebody either to clean a carpet or to clean walls or to repaint or something else, that's a different story. Don't tell me that you paid $90 to have it cleaned up and then I asked who cleaned it up and you told me you did.
Well, the blinds were destroyed.
Show me a bill for the blinds.
I don't have a bill.
Then he gets his deposit back. All right, now, tell me about this assault.
I was trying to move out, and I was carrying Mo. And she tried to stop me from getting out. She kept standing in my face, saying, give me the key.
Give you the key?
Yeah, for the apartment. But she was kind of a little drunk, so she wasn't.
Look at me, sir. Don't look at your picture. Look at me.
And I was carrying this puppet. On my way out, she stood in my face again. And she said, give me the key. And I said, I already gave you the key. She couldn't believe me, so she grabbed the puppet from its legs, causing me a mark on my arm.
Let me see.
I'd like to see it, too.
Why did you take these pictures? Is it because you anticipated trouble?
No.
So
because she claimed that I left the place as a mess.
He called the police on me because I wasn't going to give him his deposit. So he called the police, and the police said to take pictures, and so that's why I took my video camera out.
I see.
So that was the reason.
And you told him you weren't giving him his deposit back. Why?
Because of the reason of him eating my food, tearing the blinds, you know. It's just a mess.
Bird, I know that this is... I just have to see on what he scratched himself. I want to see where it's sharp there. Could you bring that up to me, please?
He could have scratched himself cleaning the walls in the bedroom.
Where is there anything sharp here, sir?
The rope. I was carrying it this way. And she grabbed it from its legs.
I
grab
see.
me
So she was
inside.
pulling it back. I see. Okay.
I did. Oh my God. How ridiculous.
I believe you, Mr. Hamuda. I believe you that she caused a scratch on your arm. I believe you that she tried to interfere with you walking out of the apartment, which you shouldn't have done. You are suing her nominally for $300 for that scratch on your arm, and I believe you're entitled to it. And you are also entitled to your security deposit back because she has absolutely no proof that you caused any damage to the apartment. As a matter of fact, the photographs that I've seen show that the apartment was in pretty reasonable condition. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500. That's all. Your boyfriend, according to your complaint, was killed. He was shot recently, and the defendant is his sister. It is your claim that she promised to give you some of his ashes.
Yes.
That he was cremated, and then changed her mind.
Yes.
Ms. Swan says that you are no relation to the family. You were not living with her brother. You were certainly not married to her brother, which would give you any legal status if you were his wife. His family has his ashes. They intend to keep them. That's what the case is about. Ms. Swan is counterclaiming for harassment of some sort. She'll tell me about that. When was your boyfriend killed?
February 15, 2006.
And how long was he your boyfriend?
For almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in July.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
Who is this?
My mother.
Just curious. If you had the ashes, what would you do with them?
I was going to keep it. That would have been the last thing I had left of my boyfriend. Well, my fiance, which she doesn't know we were engaged.
I don't care whether you were engaged or not. Engaged is not a legal structure that entitles you to any property, any domain over any of his realty or his ashes or decision-making with regard to what happens to him. You're her mother?
Yes.
I assume you're here for moral support.
And more, whatever I can support her with.
Okay. First of all, Miss Swan, how many siblings are there?
There is my oldest brother, and Marcus was my youngest brother.
You have parents?
Yes, my father is still alive, and my mother passed away 9 weeks before my brother did.
Okay, Miss White. So let me hear you.
Basically, the reason why I want the ashes in the locket is because that's what we had agreed to at the funeral home.
When did you agree? And with whom did you agree?
Kimberly Swan and me.
And what did you agree?
That I was to receive a keepsake, which is a locket and an urn with his cremains in them.
Is that right?
The contract that we have, we agreed upon the funeral arrangements. They offered to buy his suit and the flowers, which they did. Everything else was taken care of by.
What I'm asking you is, did you make an agreement with her, either orally or in writing? Put your hand down. Either orally or in writing, to give her a locket with ashes from your brother?
Yes.
Okay. And what? Relax. Okay. This whole thing is ridiculous.
It is.
The whole thing is ridiculous. She's 20 years old. She shouldn't be walking around with a locket of the ashes of her deceased boyfriend. You should be helping her get over this. She's supposed to move into the future. You're not supposed to help her live in the past. I am here to do a lawsuit. And the lawsuit is, was there an agreement between these two people for her to get a locket containing some of the ashes of her brother, and as part of perhaps a quid pro quo of that, did you pay for certain things for the funeral? You did pay for certain things for the funeral?
Yes.
So we did have an agreement. Now what I want you to tell me is why you reneged on the agreement.
When we first made the agreement, I was under a whole total different impression of why they wanted to help in the first place. I'll allow for them to help, and this thing about her being the girlfriend, she was the ex-girlfriend. According to 2 days before he died, they had just broken up. But just because they broken up, that didn't mean I was shutting them out. She said they wanted to buy the suit and the flowers and things. I said, well, okay, I'll give you the locket. We have other family, you know, that want the ashes too. In this agreement...
Where's the locket?
Where's the locket?
Yeah.
The locket is at home.
Well, get it.
I'll get it. The reason why is because...
You made an agreement to give that to her. So far, I haven't heard a reason why you reneged on that agreement.
The reason why is because when he first got shot, Miss White had me under the impression that she wasn't there. But after the funeral, a lot of things have came to light. That she told me many lies about what happened to my brother. She said at first that she was not there, and now after everything is said and done with the funeral arrangements, her and her parents was in my brother's home when he got murdered. All lie after lie after lie.
All right. Miss One.
Yes.
You made an agreement with Miss White.
To give her the locket.
To give her the locket.
Not ashes, the locket.
Fine. But the locket contains ashes.
Yeah.
That's sufficient. These your brother's remains?
Yes.
All right. They're yours. They're yours. What do I... Get over it. Your mother may be a co-conspirator with this lunacy, but, you know, I have limited patience with this. You're 20 years old. You have a whole lifetime to live. You're not supposed to walk around with ashes of your old boyfriend around your neck, whether he's deceased or whether you broke up with him. It's over. It's finished. You got to move on. But we're here to talk about contract. You had an agreement, and you have to fulfill that agreement. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Fine. And does that urn contain his ashes?
Yeah.
Bert, I want you to take that, please, and give it to me. Now, do you want me to keep these ashes in safekeeping until she gets the locket, or are you prepared to guarantee me that she will get it?
I'm prepared to guarantee her, but without all the harassment.
You are prepared to guarantee that
locket, that's mine.
Within 5 days, she is going to get the locket.
Yes.
If she does not, we will send a marshal to pick this up. Do you understand that? There's no question about that. That's what I will do. I will send a marshal to your home to pick this up unless she gets the locket. Clear?
Yes.
Now you can return this to her, Bert, please. Thank you.
I have a letter from the funeral director.
I don't read letters from a funeral director.
This is the agreement.
I don't read letters from the funeral director. Pay careful attention to me. Nobody is opening up that urn and splitting up the ashes. It's not going to happen, Miss White.
But can I explain what happened?
I don't care what happened. You are getting a locket with ashes of your boyfriend.
I understand, but it's a total of 3 urns with his ashes in there.
I don't care. This lady, listen to me, look at me. This lady cannot do that because she is not really in charge of what happens to her brother. Because the next person in the family who is really responsible for making those judgments is your boyfriend's father, not her. She may have made the arrangements, but she's not the person who is authorized by law, unless he had a will. Did he have a will? Of course not.
Not that I know. No.
Of course not. But you have an arrangement with her to get the locket, which she has. She's going to give that to you because she promises me she's going to give that to you. Correct?
Correct.
Otherwise, we're coming to get that.
No, she's going to.
You don't want to give that.
No, never.
That, fine. You want to say something?
Yes, ma'am, I do. First of all, I'd like to say that Kimberly has not been harassed.
I'm not asking you about that. I haven't gotten to the counterclaim yet.
Okay. About the funeral arrangements. My daughter was promised an urn and a locket. This is the letter from the funeral director stating the urn
agreement.
and the locket from Kimberly's own statement. That's all I'm saying. She's due more than just a locket.
Sit down.
No problem.
You didn't have on your listening ears. You should have.
I did.
You should know. You didn't hear what I said. Now I'm prepared to hear your counterclaim. Go.
My counterclaim is for harassment, which they have. They have been harassing me ever since after the funeral. Once everything was done and over with, then I get the harassment before the urn shipment even came. This woman had the audacity to call me, yelling at me, telling me that I did not love my mother or my brother. I had just lost both of them. How dare she call my house like that, harassing, and then she sent somebody to my job. They came to my house one time by themselves, trying to retrieve the urn, not the locket, but the urn. They want the urn. And there's a lot of trash talking. Her mother threatened me. Her mother threatened me.
Let me say this. And I want you to also listen.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes when you lose somebody that you love, you're not listening, you're angry. And she's not listening either because her foot hasn't stopped moving for a second. Sometimes when you lose somebody that you really care about, and there's an overwhelming sadness, a much easier emotion to deal with than sadness is anger. And you always have to have someone who's going to be the target of that anger. It's much easier to deal with than the emotion that you really should be dealing with, everybody feeling sad. Because the truth of the matter is, that means nothing. You lost your, listen to me, you lost your mother. Was she cremated or buried?
She was cremated also.
Okay. You have her ashes?
Yes, I do.
And you keep them at home?
Yes, I do, right next to this one.
Having lost parents, I know. Listen to me. Comes a time when you go very often to the cemetery to visit because it makes you feel good. I used to go every week. Then in time, as time settles in, you go less frequently, which is a normal and, quite frankly, very healthy thing to do. I think maybe for you, let me finish. You're not listening. You want to talk so badly.
I'm listening.
You want to talk so badly. For you, it may be important for you to have the ashes of your mother and your brother in your house. I think it's dumb for her to have them because, you see, you will never replace your mother. That's right. And you're never going to replace your brother. That's right. She's going to replace this boyfriend. Now, the ashes that she so desperately wants today are going to be an annoyance 5 years from now because she really doesn't know what she's going to do with them. Does she give them to her mother to hold? Mother say, I don't want them. My husband certainly doesn't want to see him in my house. Right. My kids are going to look and say, Mommy, what is that? So there's a reason for you to keep those if that's what you do. Yeah. But there's an anger that is an emotion that you can actually grab onto. Yeah. You got to get over the anger. I'm not angry. Good. You got to get over the anger. So does your mother. If something happened to you, I guarantee you, your mother would not give your ashes to a boyfriend. No way. Put your hand down, scratch all you want. But that wouldn't happen. That's really what they're saying. They don't want to share the brother's remains with you, other than the locket which she is prepared to give you, correct? That's right. Perfect. That's what you're going to get within 5 days. Your harassment, forget it. Get over the anger. Good. Fine. That's all. Ms. Harmon, this is your father?
Yes.
According to what I read in the complaint, you made a loan to him.
Yes, I did.
Your father does not deny that you made a loan to him. He says, however, that as a condition of his repaying the loan, you agreed to stay in school and stay off of drugs. And he says that you didn't. So he's not repaying the loan unless he can put it in some sort of an account where you can't touch it until you're 21. There's a little bit of background here. Background, according to you, is that you didn't have much of a relationship with your dad for most of your growing up. You lived with your mother. Your father at some point was incarcerated for an extended period of time. He got out of jail. You developed a relationship with him, moved in with him for a short period of time. You got a settlement of some sort from an accident?
Yes.
How much was the settlement?
It was for $8,960 or $76.
$9,000?
Yes.
And it was at that time that he asked you for the loan?
Yes.
When was that, Ms. Harmon?
He asked me for it November 28th of 2005.
Were you living in the house with him at that time?
Yes, I was.
What did he say he wanted the money for?
He wanted $2,350 to buy a new car and $600 to go see my stepmother's oldest daughter in Medford, Oregon.
That's not true. I never borrowed $600 for a trip from her.
Well, how much did you borrow in total from her?
$2,150. The vehicle was actually so Christina had a car. She had the money to do driver safety. We'd already set it up.
Just a second, Mr. Tolan. How much did you take out of your account and give to him?
I took out $2,900 out of my account. I wrote a check to my bank.
Let me see.
It's this one right here.
It says $2,900, sir.
That's not what she gave me. She gave me $2,100, and my wife can attest to that.
In a check or
cash?
Cash. Okay. Let's say I believe you.
Okay.
Did he also give you a car?
No, he was going to give me the car, but then he decided not to, and he was going to sell it to my cousin once he got his taxes back.
Just a second. Did you ever have possession of that car?
No, I did not.
And title in your name?
No, I did not.
Okay.
That's not true, Your Honor.
She had title in her name?
She didn't have title in her name
And
because
she didn't get.
she had the keys to the vehicle. They were given to her when she got it.
Listen to me. I don't care if
Okay.
she had keys to the vehicle. It's not her car. Where's the car now?
The car's in Salem right now.
With whom?
With a friend of mine.
That's not her car.
No, it's not now because she didn't hold up her part of the bargain.
Listen to me. When you asked your daughter for money, what were the conditions?
The conditions were that she stay in school.
No,
and not
you're
do
asking
drugs.
for money. You're the borrower. You don't set the conditions of the return of the money, Mr. Tolan. Yeah, I don't think you understand. You say, I'd like to borrow $2,100 because I want money to buy a car. And I will pay you back if you stay in school and if you don't do drugs. If I were your daughter, I'd say, take a walk. What kind of ridiculousness is that? I'm doing you a favor by loaning you $2,100 and you're going to set the conditions on repaying me? That sounds stupid. Doesn't that sound stupid to you? Does it sound stupid to you?
It sounds very stupid to me if that was the story, but she came to me asking for the vehicle. And I told her I would give her the vehicle on conditions because I was trying to teach her to be responsible.
I'm not talking about the vehicle. I'm talking about the $2,100 for your car.
I understand that. I'm talking about my daughter's life. I'm passionate about drug and alcohol use.
Listen, I'm passionate about the truth.
I'm not going to let her
Listen
die.
to me.
So you'd give her $2,100 to go kill herself with?
Mr. Tolan, listen to me. I've had 5 children that I raised.
I understand that.
And I guarantee you, sir, I have not been in prison. And I guarantee you that I've been in my children's lives from the time that they took a breath. Okay? So I can guarantee you that I'm as passionate about my children's welfare as you.
Okay.
So what I'm saying to you is it doesn't make sense for you to say to anyone, including your daughter, can I borrow some money, but I'm only going to pay you back if you do this. If you get a job, if you stay in school, if you break up with this boy, if you stop hanging out with this person. Otherwise, I'm not going to borrow the money from you.
Okay, let's put it this way.
No, don't. Okay. I don't answer your questions.
Okay.
I don't answer your questions. What you're saying to me sounds stupid. And if it sounds stupid, it's not true. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,900, because that's what you took. That's all.